Okay. Get myself situated. I really do need to set up like a stream starting soon screen and all that fun stuff, but I don't know, right now I feel like my quality's okay and I don't really want to sacrifice video quality. Just to stream for OBS because I don't have any sort of... Hello, sir.
If you've come to fight, then fight.
Just trying to figure some stuff out. Loading up my patch notes and all that fun stuff. I've been looking at Marisa a little bit already, and this feels way faster. Yeah, I'm going to need to get myself set up a little bit, because I need to... Yeah, she certainly feels that way. She got a lot of changes. I need to get some stuff set up, though, so I can... Just 1 second. How you doing, Z? Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the notes on a separate screen here.
If you've come to fight, then fight.
Yup, you sure can. And it hits on the 3rd active frame. So it's harder to perfect parry, which is awesome. Right, so they can't even like delay it. I was checking that out. Yeah? We'll hear it in a second. So here's what I'm... If I have him do perfect, or try to parry it. Cool thing is light demo, right? If you charge back heavy punch, they perfect parry it. But then if we do charge stand heavy punch, right, we're completely fine. Which is fantastic. And if they delay it, right, because this hits on the 1st frame, they can't perfect parry. Both of them, right, at the same timing, which is really cool, I think. Always looking for mix-ups like that. So I figured we'd start with Marisa and then just sort of work our way through. I'll probably look at like characters that I've played a little bit. Driver's charge 2 HP after forward throw. Like this. Whoops. Okay, that's going to lose to mashing, but they really shouldn't be mashing a whole lot, right? Because they don't want to worry about that. Right, so they can mash out of it, but that's decent response to forward jump. In the corner, though, you don't really need as much of that because you can just, like, do drive rush into stand fierce. Okay, speaking of, check out this corner, Oki. Okay, so command grab. Charge fierce. Whoops. I'm not used to doing this. Okay, so that hits. That trades with 4-framers. Okay. Notice we're plus 16. So you can link into towards heavy kick. So that's pretty cool. Obviously you get a kill there. Block. Well, obviously it just hits normally. So you can link out of it. Boom. And you guys are going to love this. Whoops, I got to have him block. Boom. That sets up a spacing trap because you hit with you're at the exact right spacing. So you can actually set up a spacing trap off of the medium punch target combo. Which I think is going to catch a ton of people right away because people are not used to that. Because normally this does not leave you close enough. Or this leaves you too close, right? Yeah, isn't that fantastic? This is sick, isn't it? And again, now, obviously against Akuma, this is kind of crap. But you can always just, hold back here too. So they kind of DP that at their own peril. And then, of course, I mean, Akuma, he can sort of cheat you like a dirty little cheater, but it's okay. So, Okay, so what were all the changes here? I got to pull these up. So, jump cancel, who really cares? Yeah, they made a bunch of these faster. So, overhead, so stand heavy punch, overhead, charge heavy kick, charge sweep is 20 frames now, which is really cool. And then they made this way closer, which is just insane. I mean, just strike throw. Remove the bugs before. Remove the hurt box around the feet that appear before the non-hold versions hitbox period on normal charge stand heavy as well and so forth. Okay. Charge stand heavy punch after heavy Dema. What are you talking about? After heavy Dema? Oh, okay. I mean, it's meterless, I guess. I honestly was not sure what they were cooking up with that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in every context where you can land that, there's better stuff. The cool thing about this, too, is you can still manually time this, and I think it's not that bad. So, like, if you like this, if you like doing drive rush stand heavy punch after medium Dema, you can, and I don't think it's that hard to time. She might be. I think she got a lot better. Do dash charge stand heavy kick after this, you're saying? Or heavy kick. Or drive rush, you mean? Oh my goodness. I'm not used to trying to link out of this. Or towards heavy kick. I'm not sure what you're cooking. Are you talking about in the corner? Just one hit? Okay. Oh, just one hit. So you're saying just this. Woobles is saying that. Plus 47. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm doing the target combo. And then you're saying do this or 6 HK. Or dash 6 HK is what you're saying. That? Okay. Let's see. That's plus 47. So this is plus 25. See what we can cook with that. I mean, that's pretty good, but I think you get the same thing here, right? Pretty much. I mean, it's not charged. Yeah, I suppose. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Closer on that. Yes, okay. Yeah, you can definitely time forward throw. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what they were going to do. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a good knockdown. You're right. Oh, yeah, I suppose, because you're so dang close. But, I mean, you just shimmy on wake up here, too. Commit slower back walk speed now. We'll see. I'd imagine his back. I was looking at it a little bit. He still seems like he has a kind of a fast backwalk, but I'll boot up like Cammy or something too. Change the speed broker media to MK setup. Okay, it's +5 on block media. I mean, no, instead they decided to give her a gun. I mean, you guys see this too. This hits from a mile away. Woo! Woo! I mean, this is insane. This is light Superman punch. I mean, what? It hits from so far away. Like, if you're at this range, they're never going to walk out of it. You pretty much don't, like... They've made heavy phalanx pretty much useless. I mean, obviously, it goes, like... it goes almost completely full screen. Like, I think it'll hit from there. Just whiffed. Right? But medium hits from, like, what, here now? Further away, I guess. Okay, like here, medium hits. Nope, not quite. Like that, right? Yeah, I was looking at that earlier too. Here, let me. Just because I've got Ken set up to be my dummy that usually does this, but so what they did is there's a Hotashi video from probably like October. The first year the game was out, from season one. Where he's talking about using this to whiff punish instead of this, because this doesn't have a downward hitbox. Well, they changed that. So this hits lower now, and it has more forward range. So you'd be punishing low forwards from downtown. Not quite that far. But that hit. I managed to do this earlier. I was so far away that the stand medium punch didn't even reach. Right, so like, they definitely made this a lot better with punishing low forwards, especially. So that's really good. Drive rush heavy punch, huh? I mean, I use this quite a bit anyway, just because I'm impatient and who wants to play neutral. Ooh, that would not have hit before. I think this is a buff to me specifically because the amount of times that I whiff this right in my opponent's face and then just die for it, I don't know. I think Capcom was watching my replays and they're like, you know what? That fool needs help. He keeps whiffing this move that he really shouldn't be whiffing. Let's make it, give it more range. Yeah, I mean, this is actually pretty fast. I mean... yeah, light demo drive rush 5 HP is real. We were looking at that like a minute after the stream started. It does. Hits on 3rd frame. 23 frames. Used to be 26. And it feels so like it feels way better than that. Like, I don't know. Like, this just feels super good. And of course, because this is better, that means this is better. So then if they try to like check you or whatever, you just hit him with that, get the whiff punish. So something else. Okay, so meaty sweep, sort of. I mean, you could do it after light Dema. It's the same speed as back heavy punch, and it should be plus on block, right? So like, I mean, you could do something like this. Yeah, it's +2. So if you wanted to. You could like delay it too off a medium Dema. Boom. Plus sweep. Pretty cool. I don't think anybody's expecting that to be +2. So that might be useful for a while. Yeah, that window's a lot smaller. Especially against like I think now it's probably mostly impossible for people with without charge reversals. Like, DJ and Guile might still get you on this. DJ, Guile, Blanca might still get you on that. But I feel like most of the rest of the cast won't now. I know you can get charged overhead off of medium Dema. I know you can do that. Knockdown off overhead, I think, was 29, right? So it's going to be very similar to light Dema. But no, I haven't looked at it specifically. So like I was saying, you can do this. So that's pretty good. Really slow, very reactable, but just having the ability to convert this into, like, actually have a setup where you can do this and then be able to convert it into damage is pretty cool. I messed around with this a little bit too. Like, doing that. Yeah, right? So I think doing DP on reaction to this, a lot harder. And then again, too, like, I talked about this when Wake Up Drive Reversal first came into the picture, was I could very easily react to this with Drive Reversal, but then I would, like, forget to, doing 2 HP charge 2 times in a row, really? I did look at that a little bit, where I was like, how does this... So you're saying you can go like this? Okay, if you're, like, absolutely in the corner. Let's look at this. This seems funny. That is funny. Although in the corner, you know, you can juggle OD quad off this. Not off of if you get charged out, you can do this. And again, I don't know what probably the best route is. Probably this. Probably that. But again, that's if you get a punish counter charged crouch heavy punch. So I'm not sure. You can get this, huh? Indeed you can. It's pretty cool. Can you get that mid screen though? Ooh, you can. So you just get this, huh? So if you like land this, you just go like boom, boom, then like driver stand light kick. Okay, you want to run out of JP. Trying to think what I would follow this up with. Desk combo. Yeah, we just looked at that. That's crazy. Although, are we really going to use this? Like, what are you going to use this for? Feels like it has similar range to charge back heavy punch. Like, maybe a little bit less. So I'm not really sure when you would really use this, though. That's the only thing. Hard read all the time. Shimmy tool, yeah. Well, I think on spots like this, right, where like, my guess is these work in conjunction, right? So my guess is, no, there's no way that's way too far, or way too close. I wish this came out faster. That's what I wish. What I'm saying, though, is I get what you're saying, where you do, like, this into... Whoops. I'm holding down forward, and I'm mashing. You're saying do this, right? And we can figure out what to do from there? Yeah, that's good. But I just think it's maybe a little... Like, I guess I don't know why I would do that, I guess, when I can do this. What happened to Light Dima for driver? No, that's not any different. They didn't touch back heavy punch. If they would have touched this, that would have been ridiculous. But no, this is still 20 frames. Beat Slay Tech and jump. Which seems good. Let me do this. Common actions, normal throw. How much do you have a delay by? Like 7? That seems pretty normal. Yeah, we can do that. Or if they delay it by a little bit less. My only issue with that is it's weak to wake up buttons. It is. It is indeed. What was I doing? This. Where if they mash here, you're going to get got, right? Which, yeah, isn't the worst thing in the world, but, like, I can do this, you know? Whoops. Oh my goodness. You know. And I can still shimmy off of that too. And that's in range, by the way, as well, in case you haven't seen this before. Right. So I don't know. So like that's the setup I usually do after forward throw. Charge down forward, heavy punch, Oki. Yeah, like I said, I was looking at, I think it's plus 29, right? Whoops. At least now there's a reason for this to be so minus on block. Plus 29? Yeah. I'm not sure what you... In the corner, you can get this, right? And it hits on the last active frame. Now, unfortunately, that's only plus 13. If this was plus 14, this would be a ridiculous setup because you could get another knee there. But alas, no beans. That's got a gap. I think we could probably do this, right? Which means we could do this, which that sets up pretty good Oki. Oh, you mean how to set up Oki with it since the charge is fast? Yeah. Like I said, the number one thing I was looking at was this. Was off of medium Dima. And then Gladius in the corner. By the way, you can almost chase down... You can almost chase down back recover on Gladius with medium or with heavy phalanx. Something I was looking at that's a little silly was doing heavy phalanx after medium Dima. Because it hits on the last active frame and it's plus 7. So I was thinking about that too. Which, just to show, like, this actually sets up the same spacing trap with the medium punch DC. Which again, I just feel like a lot of people fall for that right away. But no, how fast does this come out now? 28? Can you just do this again? No whiffs. Yeah, Light Demon to charge overhead doesn't work anymore. That now whiffs, right? Yeah. But now it's like you get that overhead mix up no matter what. So like off of Light Dima, you can do uncharged overhead. Off of medium Dima, you can do charged overhead. And I think what you said, I think is somebody said before. They said, so she used to have this, right? Slight delay maybe? Yeah, probably works. I mean, it should. You should just have to delay it by about 3 frames, right? Because the movement shouldn't have changed. Whoops. So like that should still work. But maybe you're too far now because you have to delay it more. So she used to have this setup where you would do this, right? Where you do charge sweep, and that was plus 43. So you do forward dash into crouch medium kick, and it was and that would hit meaty, but it doesn't work anymore. 3 frame micro walk incoming, yeah. Surely you're not just trying to get me to do a ridiculously stupid combo again. There. Was that good enough? That was like a 4 frame micro walk. There. Proof of concept. Now you're like, well, I really want to see it beat wake up buttons. Streamer, can you do a 3 frame micro walk combo? There. Kiss it, jerk. I don't think your safe jumps are any different. I'm still looking. I'm wondering if there's spots where we can juggle into later active frames of phalanx, but it doesn't look like anything off a safe jump has really changed. I guess maybe now you could do like this might be good now, right? Doing that. What's up? Did I just not see that in the patch notes? Sorry, I haven't looked at, I mean... Okay. The frame data looked the same. Because that was plus 18 before, right? Yeah, right? That wasn't this patch. That was the last patch to make this, like... Right, because that's still -4. So yeah, they didn't chush from this patch, right? I'm not being stupid. Standing heavy punch, crouching heavy punch, crouching heavy punch, crouching heavy kick, heavy two-hitter, heavy Dima. Ooh. And then you're saying charge stand heavy punch. Yeah, that should Movables, that should work. Actually, I think it's gonna be 1 frame 2+, right? Oh no, it's at ooh. Yeah, especially meterless, that's good. Because it sets up plus 23. When you do this, because I've looked at this situation before, right? No, they did not make in full Doki Wars. Are you sure you're on the right link page? Did you go to the right patch notes? So like light Dima, and then stand light punch frame kill puts you at plus 23, which is the same thing as post throw. So you can do driver stand heavy punch. But the fact that you can link into you can get into this meterless now is actually really good. Does that mean you can just do this off of forward throw? No, you're too far away. Too far away. This will hit second active frame too, though, if I can get the timing right. Right, and that should be plus 8 as well. Oh my goodness, I'm no good at this anymore. There we go, that's plus 8. That's really good. At least it seems really good. I'm definitely going to put out a video going over some stuff. That's really weird. So we're just calling this season 2.5, right?
What are you waiting
for? Yeah, I definitely understand about the getting blown up and getting frustrated. There's a reason I never do ranked streams. So let's see, what are the most important changes so far? This is ridiculous. So for those of y'all just joining, Hiroki's a little bit different, and I will have to put out an updated video. Just because there's some of the basic stuff I think is changed now. Let's hope so. Hey, we were all saying, you know, I think maybe she got buffed during season 2 as well, so we'll see. So light Dima, you now can either go for charge back heavy punch or charge sand heavy punch. Right, and the charge sand heavy punch. So something that people might like about this is that with charge back heavy punch here, if I push back heavy punch, or excuse me, on block, doing drive rush charge back heavy punch into back heavy punch is good. But on hit, if they back recover, it doesn't reach. So you actually need to be like, okay, well, you need to hit confirm it and go into towards heavy kick. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I need to look at the Kim stuff. I haven't even touched her yet. I gotta do with Marisa first. Give me like 5 minutes. I do want to look at the Kim stuff. I get a little discouraged because I think she's really fun, but then I put up Kim videos and like they get like 300 views, and I'm like, eh. It's a lot of time to put into something that no one really cares about. But we'll look at Kim in a minute. So Light Dema has that problem, or Charge Back Heavy Punch after Light Dema has that problem, where you have to kind of hit confirm it. Charge Stand Heavy Punch has no problem with that. So in some ways, this is actually probably even a little bit better, as long as people aren't reacting to it with DP. And again, that's a lot harder for them to do now that it's faster. That being said, you have to sort of manually time this. Six HA is even better. It's curious, do they change to her high HPTC do anything? They increase the combo count? Yeah, I honestly, that's what I was thinking. I was looking for that. I have no idea what Capcom is cooking with that. But clearly they think there is some spot where this should combo and it would be good. And I could not explain to you. You know what they should do? Let me cancel this into supers. Wouldn't that be sick? Drive Rush, Crush Me Punch, still safe against DP. What do you mean when you say safe against DP? Because I mean, like, obviously, the only thing I can really do that's safe against, like, you'd need to have something, in order to be safe against DP, you'd need to have, like, it just means you can end a combo with that TC now during long combos. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, where do they think that you're like, oh, we should be able to do this? I'm like, what juggle? I was even looking for something. And I think this was the closest thing that I found. But, like, why would I do that? Well, what they mean is that it juggles later in combos. But I'm fairly certain that that already always juggled, didn't it? That never air reset before. Like, if they jumped out of something, and it's not like the first hit always causes flip out still, right? So you still need to hit like charged. So I don't really know what they're trying to cook with that, but they're trying to cook something, and I'll figure it out. Okay, medium Dema Oki. You can get charged overhead now, which is cool. It'll actually beat mashing. You can also still manually time charge heavy punch. Command grab Oki. I wanted to look at this. So you can do charge heavy punch for those people that weren't here earlier. You can do charge heavy punch. It trades with 4-framers, and I have not found it be less than plus 14. So you can always I think, link towards heavy kick. It does lose the DI, yeah. That's the weakness to this. So what do I want to get rid of? Let's get rid of this as well. So this does lose the DI. What if the second hit of 5 HP TC is the first hit of the combo? I'll tell you what. You come up with yeah, this setup though, it doesn't work. But well, again, they really shouldn't, right? Because if I do like this, they just get killed. Whoops. Ooh, no. Why'd you wake up with DI, fool? Or why'd you wake up with DI, fool? Or why'd you wake up with DI, fool? There we go. So, like, early on in the game, I was like, I think at a low level, people wake up with DI, but yeah, 6HK is very, very good. But no, seriously, I'm like, what are you trying to tell me about? Okay, so this loses the DI, right? However, you know, because it hits later, doesn't get perfect parried, so that's nice. And then, like I said, actually lets you set up actually lets you set up spacing traps off of the medium punch. Yeah. Well, and then, of course, I mean, just in case we're not being goofy, we can do this too, right? So, like, you can do that, and that'll be wake-up buttons. And if this ever hits, so really, again, you got the same 50-50 here. You know, go for command grab off of medium Dima. Woo! You can go for charge towards heavy kick. And they cannot walk back out of command grab there. Right, so like, whoops, I'm not used to doing this timing because I never do this. I wouldn't exactly say I'm upper master. I hover around 15 to 1600, although I only play ranked like once every couple weeks. So yeah, people do wake up with DI. No, trust me, my Kim is in like plat 5 because I'm terrible at learning new characters and I keep hitting Marisa buttons all the time. So yeah, people wake up with DI. Like, people are more ready for DI in plat 5, diamond 1, diamond 2 than they are in like 14 to 1600 master, I think. Like, I get away with this so often as Marisa, and people should be more ready for it when they're fighting Marisa because she gets so much damage out of it. Yeah, people always jump. So when you're that's the thing. That's why, like, if you're trying to set up some of that stuff, you just have to be patient, right? Until you kind of convince them that they shouldn't, and you can do like this. Or, you know, this. After every demo, sometimes I'm just freaking reset. So yeah, I talked about that. So there's a couple things. So people talk about this. You can do charge stand heavy punch now. Dash up charge 6 HK, which is fantastic. Right. But yeah, you can reset this here. A reset that I like is that. I think that's pretty cool looking. You just do 6 HK, drive rush cancel, 2 LP frame kill, and then command grab. That has a very high success rate for me. Okay, let's start looking at some other characters. Yeah, I had that in my resets video. I did a video on resets. Some characters, like, they can kind of walk out of it. Okay, so let's look at the patch notes. Let's see what Kim all had, because I'm forgetting. Okay, crouching light punch. I wanted to see, does this jail now? I don't think so. This is like 1 frame gap instead of 2. Yeah. That seems better, though. Yeah, so it's easier to juggle with. There were some spots where you would try to juggle in the sweep, and it was just kind of stupidly difficult. Does this give her new links at all? Like, can she go into anything from... I'm not exactly a Kim expert. Come on, Marisa peeps, don't leave just because I go to a different character. We're still having fun here. Can she do anything here that's different? I don't think so, right? Yeah, Marisa video out today, probably. I just kind of want to check out some other stuff. Crouching light kick, you can link out of it now, right? That seems good because it allows her to actually confirm. Allows her to, like, confirm into the TC better, right? Off of a lows. She catches walk back and she can actually do something out of it. Doesn't have to chain. Seems good. You're okay. Standing heavy punch. Okay, how much range did they buff this? Ooh! That feels lots better. This would totally have whiffed before. Right? I mean, this would totally have whiffed before. Reduce the attack hitbox on the edge of the attack. Make the bottom parts less effective. Okay, fine. Standing heavy kick. Adjust to the standby block kickbox. Howdy. They forced this to be good, so they didn't change your Oki at all. But now if it hits, it's always plus, which is cool. Because that was really silly that you do this too close and it wouldn't work. I just want to kind of stroll through some stuff. They said they made towards heavy kick better. I feel like this probably would have whiffed before. They said it's better like going over low forwards. Let me just try to time this. They said it's like better at going over low profile moves. Yeah, that's right. They did mention that. On the first couple frames, it's a knockdown. Okay, but how about just moves that have like a lower hitbox? Still trades. This does seem to have a much better hitbox around the feet. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong though. Yeah, they did this to some things too, where like if you input this move now, it just does it like as soon as possible, which is pretty cool. So like you can just like hit down medium punch on your way up and you'll do it as soon as you possibly can. Seems pretty cool. Arc step. How does this change anything? That's my question. They made this happen 2 frames faster, right? Does that mean this is a frame trap now? So she can just do this all day? That's just frame traps. And that's a block string? No, 1 frame gap. So, okay. Yes, a little bit, but on YouTube, so you can either rewind, or I promise I will talk about her in a little bit again. So, does Capcom think this is good, though? Because, like, this is super risky, isn't it? I mean, not, like, super risky, but, like... Marisa vid be out today. There will be a Marisa going over all the changes out today. Yeah, I don't know. What are we thinking? Is this decent at all? I mean, I get that hits, right? So it's like, okay, they mash and then we just do this. They mash and we do that. Oh, she can just frickin' do this off of everything. Oh. So you're just like, okay, this is just like her safe cancel now. She just like does this. Hello, I'm Kimberly. I'm going to cancel and to run all the time. Hi, I'm Kimberly. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I just read that book recently. Very similar to the movie. Normal version, knockdown time on mid air hit, increase by 1 frame. This adjustment. So basically, they changed stuff to not.
I don't have time to play.
Like, I'm just wondering, like, do they think this is good? Like, do they think this is good? Like, I get they want you to throw this out too, right? Like, that was a change they made a couple of patches ago. Because you're so used to mashing, yeah. That's why it's a buff. It's not a buff because it's good. It's a buff because for 2 years now, it wasn't that way. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, I'm supposed to mash when Kimberly goes into run. Ha 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 ha. I mean, it's nice. I mean, these just combo too, huh? So she can just like throw this out. She can just like buffer with this. Whoop, okie. Okay, that's pretty good. Actually. She can just like buffer this with OD. Which is like, I guess, cheaper than doing like... Because normally she'd be buffering this with Drive Rush, right? But this isn't even that good as a Drive Rush button. Is she plus on stand heavy runs? Ooh. She probably is on... No, that shouldn't change, right? You know, that's a good question. I've never actually checked that. Marisa adjacent stuff. Block reversal. Special moves. I can't imagine it does, but we'll try OD. Oh, we'd have to delay it. No. I'd imagine it will beat the kick. Yeah, but not the throw. Because this isn't coded like Demon Flip. This is not like a... I mean, the issue is not that it doesn't work. It's just that it's too damn slow. And this isn't like an air move, it's just a command grab. Also, can we talk about how weird it is that it feels like their takeaway seemed to be throw loops aren't strong enough? Anybody else feel like that was a weird decision? They're like, we don't want you to be able to jump cancel moves. You should not be able to jump cancel moves to avoid throws. And then like they made Cammy's OD dive kick worse, right? So like she doesn't get the same reward off of it. Just seems a little weird. Makes me kind of, I mean, they're never getting removed, right? Like throw loops are just never gone. They made something about this better too, right? They made her medium punch better. Yeah, I mean, fair. I'm not a huge Cammy fan myself. I'm sure Punk is unhappy. But I was just wondering. Oh, no, that... Okay. So this will just be a block string now. So, like, that seems interesting. I mean, I know I'm not a Kim expert, but I guess the idea now is because this frame traps... Yeah, 100%. 100% that was the counterplay to jump cancel normals or jump cancel specials was like just immediate. And what they did is, and they talked about this, they didn't remove jump cancels. You can still jump cancel. It's just now the later active frames of a throw can grab the jump cancel. Like they can grab pre-jump frames. Well, they basically like put a flag so that if you cancel pre-jump frames into a special move, you would lose the throw invincibility from it, which is just weird. It seems like it'd be way easier to just leave things as they are. I think really what they're trying to do, I wouldn't be surprised if they retweak drive reversal in some way or add some other mechanic to be kind of an anti-throw thing. Because what it seems like they're doing right now is they're just universalizing it, right? So it's like... I'm not with you there. Can you command grab pre-jump frames? So you can never command grab pre-jump frames. So what they did is... They talked about this. I think they talked about this in the Zangief changes, maybe. Or maybe it was in the general changes. But it was that... Yes, they did not change it. So you can still use it against command throws because they didn't... Because they didn't think it was too strong to be able to do that against command grabs, just regular grabs. So it seems to me like they're trying to universalize defense in some way. I feel like I have to go back and watch my own Kimberly video now. Because I just talked about doing this as like a meaty in some situation, like after like a can bomb Oki thing. And it was really funny. So this is just a block string now. Is this plus? Haha. This was always plus though, right? This shouldn't have changed any of her run stop. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? If anybody who knows more about Kim than I do, because I haven't been playing her that long. But like her run stop stuff, like the Oki is not any different. Or like the run stop frame advantage isn't any different, correct? Yeah, this was always plus, right? So really what they did, yeah, runs, that's what I thought. But run stop is better. Yeah. But that does make run stop stuff better, right? Because people shouldn't be mashing here anymore, correct? So like, for example, before, this is -4. Yeah. Right? Before this was -4, and you would just mash jab, because if she did run stop, it would punish. And if she did the run, it would counter hit, right? So before, if she canceled this into run, you would just mash jab, and there was nothing she could do about it, right? But now she can let it rock, and like, so now she can get more, like she can get a lot faker stuff. She gets more fake pressure, but not really any more real pressure. Which, I don't know. I feel like a lot of Kim's were, yeah. And correct me again if I'm wrong, but I feel like people let a lot of Kim's get away with this stuff anyway. And now that she can actually make you respect it a little bit, I do think that helps, right? I think the big change, though, is just that this actually hits now. You know, I can walk into a range and be like, oh, stand heavy punch doesn't just completely whiff. An issue that I've had with her, at least, you know, and again, I don't play her that often, but like you would shimmy too hard. You know, you'd like dash up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is exactly what happened. You'd be like, oh, whoops. It's awful. You'd like, oh, I shimmied you, and then you'd hit fierce, and it would whiff, and you'd be like, what is going on? It's just the dumbest thing. So she gets this more, I guess. She can sort of just buffer with it. Can you normal grab after the counter hit of Scootum if they jump? Yeah, you should be able to. You're always +2, so it should work. You have to be careful, though. I think, there's a way to do it. It's like you have to like hold down or something. Is that what it is? You hold down and then it doesn't. So, Kim, big takeaway, this is a lot better. Hopefully she can play neutral now, right? Like that's kind of the thought. Hopefully she can do this. Even just buffering this stuff lets her maybe get away with a lot more cheeky stuff. Marisa's hand medium punch moves her box back, and if Kim would shimmy, then it used to whiff. Huh. Yeah, again. It's kind of just an issue. But character seems better. I think some people are like, these are huge buffs. Right? I used a comment yesterday that was like, these are huge buffs. And I don't know. My initial thought was not really. I think they want you to like throw out this light elbow for some reason in neutral. Like they want you to poke with this. So now it's even better on block. But they want you to like poke with this, right? They want you to be like, boom, and then when that hits, you just, you know, go into something. Yeah, this is odd. It's just really weird. I mean, I guess, does this have some utility as like a sweep punish or something? Like Jamie sweep? Could you like punish Jamie sweep with this? And then go like... I guess you go like that, right? Yeah. I guess you get stuff like this. Something like that. Yeah, except it's not like Akuma's Heavy Palm, because Akuma's Heavy Palm is always -2, right? On block. Akuma can just do this, then he sets up like a shimmy situation. Kim has to like space this well, and then it still isn't that good. I don't know. I don't know why Capcom's like, make it, you know, I mean, it just feels weird, especially since you don't want to do that with either of the other ones. You know? It's like they're like, you know, it'd be cool if we gave her Alex's like charge move. This is odd. Just really weird. I don't want to sit on any one character for too long. I wanted to look at this. I wanted to look at Bison. How bad are the nerfs? Are there actually nerfs? I know they talk about this. Like he's still not in throw range. What are they talking about? Did they not say that they did this so that he would actually be in throw range? Didn't they say that they made him point blank so that he would actually be in... Whoops. Block reversal. Normal throw. No delay. Is that not in the patch notes? Yeah, right? Like, that's all they changed, right? That's what I thought. They just changed this. I'm trying to think what you would normally do. Does that... What am I doing wrong? They changed had Tom such overs. Yeah. I wanted to look at that, actually, with Marisa. So this looks like pretty much a nothing burger change, right? They added scaling to this. Which, like, was he really getting a ton of extensions off this anyway? I don't know. I mean, it looks like that is going to do a bit less damage, but not anything, like, huge, right? So I was curious about this, because before, he would do the Stomp Devil's Reverse thing, and you would do Jump Medium Punch, and he would just destroy you. So, like, as long as this is at least just a little bit more consistent, which it doesn't really look like it is that much. Doesn't really look much better, huh? Although, I think the thing for this that you're supposed to do with Marisa is you're supposed to wait for him to turn and then do something like that. Is it grounded anti-airs? Yeah, it doesn't look... I think that is what they tried to do. So, but against Marisa, I think you're supposed to wait for him to try to flip and then start charging this. And now that you get a better thing on this. So, like, probably just do another one or something. I don't know. I don't know what you do here. I have no idea what to do here. I guess probably just wait, charge, do this or something. I don't know. But this doesn't really look that much better. Yeah, that's what they say in the notes. They say the hurt box is bigger. And maybe it feels a little bit better, but, like, okay, there. That actually traded. I'm just curious. Like, if I jump back, yeah, it still loses a lot. It's still a good move, which I don't think anybody's like, they should just make all of his good moves bad. I mean, maybe some people feel like that, but I certainly don't. I feel like they were trying to get a little clever with some characters, right? Let me just look in the notes here. What else do they say? Crouching heavy tick. Okay. Can you scoot him level 2? I don't know, can you? Probably not. Supers break armor, don't they? This is something they changed, and this is important. This is important for Marisa. That's a punish now. Not at every range, though, it doesn't look like. But from a lot of ranges. Oh, you're saying Scootum doesn't... Okay, I get what you're saying. I don't think that works. So, just be aware. If you block it from actual tippy-tip range, doesn't work. But I don't think we really have anything to punish this. I guess sweep works from, like, tippy-tip range. So you can just do one of your own. But if you block from close... Okay, this is a huge buff, because this is what we used to get, right? Plus 11, minus 11, we used to get this. Or a sweep, right? So we either would get 6 MP into Light Demo, which is 2160. Or if you wanted to spend, you know, level 3 or something. Which one? You got a hidden Marisa attack? What's your hidden Marisa attack? I'm always looking for more attack. Right, I've got punish counter always on, by the way. Okay, that actually might work. Yes, I get what you're saying. You're saying he does like the Devil's Reverse, and I do scoot him, but that happens. Right? So, he goes behind you. Even if you hit it from, like, really far away. Like, you have to hit it from, like, he has to be, like, way over here. And then, yeah, this will juggle. 100% that'll juggle. But if you're going to do that, if you're at this spacing, you're probably better off either doing this or trying to do that. Yes. Yes, it is dumb. Such is the issue with counters like that, you know? So Bison, what are we thinking? Slap on the wrist? That's what it feels like? I mean, again, I get they don't want to, like, they don't really want to deal with, like, what? Like, they don't want him to be, like, terrible, because so many people in CPT are playing him, and this character, too. Like, these are, I think, now, I haven't looked at the cat cami data in a while. Damage nerf was justified. One, it was ridiculous that he was doing, like, as much damage as Marisa. Okay. But both of these characters do stupid amounts of damage. You know? Yeah. Odie says that is a little weird, but he doesn't really do a ton of, like, combos after that anyway, right? So Akuma's backwalk speed, it does feel noticeably worse. I did want to check out how much easier this was to whiff punish. Right, that looked slower. I know they only made it 1 frame slower. But they also said they extended the hurt box. Maybe? Yeah, looks like. I mean, I haven't really practiced with punishing this before, and it's hard to know how much of it is the better range on Stand Fierce and how much of it's the worse hurt box for Akuma. But okay, Goldbanks. I trust you to know that this did not work before. Still a little precise, but this at least means, okay. That right there is going to be annoying, though, because they buffed the range on Stand Heavy Punch so much that I feel like this never used to happen, where you would be at the range where Stand Medium Punch would whiff, but so I didn't talk about this. I can talk about this now. So as far as I can tell, there was an issue where that would whiff. You see that situation, how that hit in the air? They made it so that doesn't whiff now. As far as I can tell. There used to be spots where you would land a charge Gladius on an airborne opponent, and the second hit would drop. And as far as I can tell from what the notes say, where people, like, are jumping at it or jumping out of it or whatever, and there are spots where it would whiff. It didn't happen all the time, but it's nice that it probably just won't happen anymore because they made it gigantic. Right? So they didn't make it, like, gigantic. So my question, and this is where Hurtbox Viewer would be nice, but how extended is this Hurtbox on his hands? Because I know there were spots before where you would jump over a fireball and then you would get DP'd just because your foot would whiff. You'd be like that. Like that, I think it's hard to tell, but you know what I'm talking about. There were definitely times against Akuma where you would have a read and you would jump over a fireball and then your jump in would whiff and you'd get punish countered. And it was so frustrating. It looks like, at the very least, that's not happening now. This probably just works from like full screen. Okay, yeah. I mean, so maybe a little bit. Again, I'd have to see the hurt boxes. Can Gladius beat it? We'll see. Heavy Gladius, just saying like on reaction. I have to hold it. No, because it's only the hitbox before, right? So maybe if I throw it out like early. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at this. Maybe? Do a heavy punch fireball. Yeah. That's working. My guess is that super will whiff from that, though. Like, you can't level 3 that. So, heavy Gladius, medium Gladius reaches. Light Gladius looks like it doesn't reach. It's always cool when you can have stuff like that. That was one of my favorite things in SF5 was, like, against Shotos, Abigail could use like his V skill 1 on reaction to fireballs at close range fireballs, like Gladius range kind of thing, and he could get a full punish on a fireball on reaction. But you know, that was like one of those things where like, if you couldn't do it, you did not do well against Shotos. But if you could, he could actually fight him. It's always cool when you have tech like that. So let's see, what do they all say? Okay. Reduced backwalk speed, which is by far the biggest nerf. Crouching medium kick. Window canceling to drive impact is now 2 frames faster, so like it's safer for him to throw it low forward, I guess. Crouching heavy kick. Distance Akuma's push back when attack is blocked has been reduced. Let's look at that. This is easier to punish now? Ooh, yes. We always get a fierce punish on this now? Looks like we can always get sweep, stand heavy punch on that now. Looks like. Which is cool. Yeah, we were just looking at that. We were just looking at it. Still, you can't do fierce from max range. You still only get like a sweep if he does a max range one. But it's nice. A lot of the pushbacks. Other characters that Marisa can't stand heavy punch their sweeps. Jamie's is only -10. Chun's is like -8, isn't it, or something? Yeah, exactly. It's like, ooh, put Marisa on the screen, and people still think I'm looking at Marisa mainly. The other character that I really want, I'll put Marisa here, and then I'll take control of Terry, because this is a character that I looked at a little bit, at least Oki-wise. What does this do, right? Like, they made this better on hit. That's what I thought. Lucas annoying is -16. Yeah. So, like, the big thing here is this is better on block, right? They didn't change it on hit, but this is better on block now. So, like, I was doing like this, and now that's just much better. Like, he actually just gets real pressure here after throw. This used to be, you know, this is actually just much better after forward throw now. Heavy punch plus heavy fireball. I don't know how real it is. I mean, my guess is this has always sort of been the case, right? The heavy fireball, they didn't change the frame advantage at all. They just made it, it has less recovery. I'd have to look at what people are talking about in order to like know kind of exactly what his like real strings are or whatever. I need to relook at the patch notes though. I took notes on the notes just to be like, oh, this is the big change, but slight power charge, that's right. So they changed. How much better does this look? Okay, that is actually quite a lot better. And then they changed light tackle so that you still get the same stuff here, or what? King crouching, okay, counter hit into itself. We might have, but now it's just... Now it's like really consistent, I guess. It's like now I feel like max range. It still doesn't work max range, but that's fine. Yeah, his heavy punch is actually plus on block. That's the big change. It's +1 on block, so now he can just kind of throw it out to get plus frames, which is good. It should also mean that it's better. Yeah. Should also mean that it's better, like, if he drive rush cancels it. But he can actually just keep his turn going now, which is nice. It could also mean that there's like a slightly smaller gap with the heavy punch stuff, or with like the fireball stuff. So I don't know, is that like a... That looks like a 5-frame gap though, right? Yeah, still a gap. So this is an heavy punch changes advantage on block from -1 to +1. Overall length of technique on block reduced by 2 frames. Oh yeah, so now it's just easier to confirm because there's no like difference in timing. Crouch heavy kick. Updated so the attack hitbox that hits the ground opponent is lower and can't be absorbed by upper body super armor. Okay, so apparently you could Gladius this before, is what they're saying. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Can somebody better than me confirm that you could Gladius his sweep before? I never even tried. I was like, oh, it's a sweep. Power Dunk updated the effects in his hand. Huh. I didn't know. I didn't know. I never tried. I was like, oh, it's a sweep. Why would I be able to... They made his... Yeah, no, I know. Like, I know what the issue is. Like, I know that Gladius has, like, knee, but I just sort of figured, oh, sweep hits low. It won't, Okay, round wave, faster, gets you more... Oh, that's right. They do more... It does more drive gauge damage. So this now does slightly over a bar of drive gauge, or almost a bar of drive gauge damage. So if he does this, this should do, like, a full bar, right? Almost. So they buffed some of his drive damage on his heavy fireball stuff. Light power charge. Reduced attack hitbox on the first active frame of the attack. Should still be OD Gladius, because I don't think they changed the armor on Gladius at all. I think the change was only on Scutum. Medium crack shoot. Advantage on hit changed from +1 to +3. And this is like knocks down now or something. That's weird. Heavy crack shoot increases drive, decreases more of their drive. Overdrive crack shoot, they're closer. Not sure what that has to do with anything. What did Ryu get that was so good? I don't remember. It was like 11 o'clock here when I was looking at these notes, okay? And that was after like half an hour of just clicking on the link to try to get in. What's so good about Ryu? I wanted to look at Lily too, just because they acted like, you know, they're talking like, oh, that's a really big change. Yeah, this always happens. People are always like, Ryu's so good now, and then still no one plays him. Okay, so that was the big change, right? This came to me as like what the big change was, right? Was that he can basically do this. And they can't like DI it, and they can't do anything like that. And this like always combos and like does a bunch of stuff like that. So he can play more of the, like that just traditional Shoto crouch medium kick into whatever. Axe kick gives you more drive back. Donkey kick, heavy donkey kick. Wow. Plus on block when spaced. Only -2 there. How minus is it? That's just safe. So you can just do this. Just be like, oh, by the way, drive rush, stand heavy punch. Heavy donkey kick. That's a frame trap. So you can just burn you out for free. You go like this. And that just does 2 bars. So he can just like do that, and it's like, oh, you're burned out now, by the way. You blocked anything from Ryu and he was... You blocked an attack. You blocked Ryu's stand heavy punch. Yeah, that's right. This just goes into Tatsu. More brain dead crouch medium kick. Good job, Capcom. Exactly. Like, I didn't check, but this is safe to DI, right? That doesn't combo, but... Is this safe to DI? Or this was a block string, right? Like, don't tell Otashi. Yeah, pretty much. How about DI? On block. That's right, it's a block string. That's right. You just literally can't do anything about it. Or no, I had him do it on... Yeah. 100% it is. It's just... Okay, at least you can DI it, right? But there it's a block string. No? And there we go. If he does it off a drive rush heavy punch, he recovers in time. You can't even DI it. What are you doing? At least Marisa will be able to deal with this, right? I mean... At least she should be able to do this, right? Oh no, that I meant to do OD. Yeah, it's absurd. Like I said, at least Marisa can do that. But at least Marisa can do that. She can do like OD Gladius. What frame is this hitting on, by the way? Is this a 4-frame gap or a 3-frame gap? 3 frames. So she should actually be able to regular scoot him this. Correct? Yes. Ha ha ha. Marisa actually can deal with this. Fantastic. So if Ryu does some bullshit like this. Whoops. Oh, haha. So keep that in mind. We actually can deal with that. Hate to be a character without a frickin' DP or like 3-frame armor move. I mean, this is kind of insane. I mean, this is not like this is difficult for him to do either, right? Because he just does like this. You're like, oh, +3. You know, I mean, this is nuts. More stability, yeah. This is stable. This is the stable way to play the game. Crouch, medium kick, fireball. Yeah, no, this is the stable way to play the game, nerds. Stability. Look at the stability. Stability! Stability. Look at the stability. Ooh, so stable. Look at the stability. Stability. So stable. Okay, I'm done. But I mean, and it's like, oh, we'll just do jump cancel. Nope, can't jump cancel anymore. Doesn't work. Oh, well, okay, your Cammy, just wake up and just wake up with OD dive kick. Oh, sorry, that's not even his plus anymore. Is drive rush back fierce donkey kick? This has... No, that can be mashed. This does not have the same block stun, which thank goodness, because otherwise you could do like... So that's just really weird now. So we can space this to be plus. That's... Wow. Okay. Oh, sorry, you blocked something? Lose 2 bars of drive gauge. I mean, he's not like, I'm doing a drive rush cancel, and he's barely minus the bar. It's absurd. It's like, oh. Sorry. Boom, you're burnt out. I mean, you know, boom, just drive rush cancel it. I mean, seriously, it's kind of absurd. Yeah, into DI, exactly. Well, and not to mention, too, that if you're already burnt out now, right, this is plus. This is a loop now, by the way. Just so we're aware of this, right? Like, and then he's plus afterwards. And he hits, like, you know, crouch medium punch or something. So it's like, boom, I'm plus, boom, boom, you know. You can scoot him it. You can scoot him it. But I'm just saying, if you're like, you know, I don't know. If you're Geef, what are you supposed to do there? If you're Zangief, what are you supposed to do about this? What are you supposed to do about driver stand heavy punch? Like, legitimately, just don't be, you know. I mean, I don't know. That's strong. I do think he got, I mean, he has armor on his stand heavy punch, but I think it comes on frame 4, so I don't think it's soon enough. Obviously, he uses kick grab move. Okay. Legitimately, if he can Tundra Storm this, I'm going to... Okay, if that is... Okay, we're going to look at this, and if that is Zangief's only response, that is hilarious to me. Okay, so here's the thing. His stand heavy punch, can you get him to hold this? Like, I actually have no idea. Do they call this a special move? Unique attack? No? Okay, so we'll see if the armor kicks in on this. Okay, I think I'm going to have to record it, aren't I? Okay. See, the armor doesn't come in fast enough. And it's not even a punish if he holds it all the way in. Okay. It's literally not even a punish. So you could just go like, Ryu could just go like this. And okay, at least you can't DI it. So that's what I'm saying. That armor starts on frame 4 and that hits on frame 3. So it looks like his only meterless answer to this is going to be Thunderstorm. Oh, man. Okay, there it is. But not off of drive reversal. You're telling me this isn't even frame... You telling this has startup? He has to do OD Thunder... No, he can't even... Okay, you can change it, but he doesn't even have... What? So no, he literally off of drive... Normally, if Ryu's just doing it, yes. But then he could like just mash and do something else. But he can't even Thunderstorm that. So I don't know. You tell me. Furthermore, I don't know. You think they could give him like... I mean, again. Like, this has armor on it, right? So maybe he can... Nope. I thought it did. Maybe it does, but... Or it has to be far away, right? It has to be the bear grab version. I just think it's hilarious that they've given Zangief this move that everybody agrees is absolutely awful, and they just refuse to do anything about it. They don't give him more utility. They don't even get, like... Okay, imagine he also had a move that was like a punch counter. At least give... You know what I mean? Give him a move that, like, if you throw him, like, with a punch... And then there's the other thing of, well, actually, this isn't a kick counter. It's a certain kick counter. Right? Like, it doesn't counter low kicks. you know? Or give him a different move that counters punches or something. I don't know. Either get rid of the move or, you know, give him something that plays off of it. Yeah, maybe it would, maybe it would. I don't know. It's just really stupid. Stand light kick. Yeah, that's right too. It's not even good. He doesn't even get Oki. He's +5. It's really stupid. I mean, I'm not saying make the move like beat a bunch of stuff, but I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Like, give him something. My goodness. Make the move useful at least. Okay. So decrease knockdown time. Oh, is sure. That's something. I don't know about you guys, but I really was thinking this move didn't do enough damage. They buffed the damage on Odihasho. I guess the real issue there is just like here. Okay, so it doesn't. Okay, actually, I'm confused by this. Does he have? He must have juggles where he lands this or something. He must have juggles where he lands Odihasho. I don't know any Ryu combos at all. Okay, I wanted to look at Lily, because she really only had a couple changes, right? Their big thing was they made this +6 instead of +5. Which, yes, that's what I thought. Once again, they go, how do we make Lily better? And they're like, you know what? Let's let her combo into crouch heavy punch easier. The real issue is she cannot do drive rush jab into crouch heavy punch. That's the real problem with this character. I saw it and I was like, I think that's what that means, right? Is that she can do drive rush jab crouch fierce. I mean, I'm terrible at it because I'm not used to this character. But like, that's literally what they did. They're like, how can we make Lily better? I know. Let's let her route into crouch heavy punch. She doesn't use this button nearly enough. It's Alex Lariat all over again. It's the same thing. And in this situation, it's like hey, we're going to stealth buff crouch heavy punch for Lily. We're not going to let you know that that's what we're doing, but that's what we're doing. We're giving her another chance to route into it. And then they said something like making this like this better. But I think off of like she has this combo where she does what? It's like that. She has like neutral jump, heavy punch, and then this would be what she would do. That's not even good. Like what? They talked about like her being able to like juggle sweep here or something. Yeah, exactly. Another move that wins against OD Gladius. Hits low. What do you mean? What do you mean this hits low? I mean, it hits low. What are you talking about? Isn't there something in the notes about this? About like her being able to juggle off of this or something? I thought this was what it said. Select character. I'm just going to the patch notes. Crouch and light punch. Change cancel driver timing from frame 6 to 8 to frame 7 to 8. It's level 1. That's what it says? Okay. Because I thought it said, no, Wind Clan Tomahawk Buster. Increase the blowback of a second attack when it hits on the ground. Because didn't it say normal / Wind Clan Tomahawk Buster? By having only the second hit of the attack hit a standing opponent. Oh, so you have to like space it out. So it's like that. What? Okay, surely there's some sort of... Surely she has some sort of spacing at which this actually happens. Whoops. That's level 2. Is it quarter circle forward? Yeah. Because I think they said that, right? In the corner she can do like... And she can juggle level 1. I mean, I guess. So like that. So she can do like 3 jabs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 jabs. She gets 4 jabs. But she can't do anything with it. So like 1, 2, 3 DP. Whoops. And then there she can like do a sweep or something. No, there. What? And there I can't even get it anyway. Do they mean when they say standing as in not crouching as well? Like this, will this whiff on crouch? Oh my gosh. Yup. Wow. So this is a combo off of a DP. So you have to already be doing like a string to get the right spacing. Then you have to confirm standing. You have to have wind stock. And for whatever reason, not want to do this. Sure. That seems like this will be a big help. Yeah. That was, I mean, sometimes they do changes like that. I remember in SF5, they were like, you know what we want to do? We want to make it so that Abigail's stand heavy punch links into his, or excuse me, his stand medium punch links into his crouch heavy punch when it counter hits a crouching opponent. Try drive rush back fear stand medium kick DP. Okay, not from that far apparently. Oh my goodness, I suck. Why am I so bad? Yeah, too close. Too close. Sorry, you don't get the cool new combo. You get a safe jump, I guess. Or you could also, I don't know, make it so that it works off of like non-wing clad DP, you know? It's like make this a cool combo she gets. Her damage is already pretty sucky. You know, well, have fun at work. But no, I mean, she just like, that's why I didn't like, could never play this character. This was one of the characters I was like, oh, slow character, has a command grab. What do you mean it's wonky? I mean, you can't really safe jump on her. But you're telling me this is plus 42 and it's not really plus 42? Is that what you're saying to me? I mean, I know you can't really, when she has DP, I know you can't safe jump on her. But like, I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't get a safe jump at plus 42. Because she's a different jump arc? Oh, so you're saying that like she doesn't get a safe jump at plus 42 and other characters do? Let's open up FAT. FAT knows all. So let's see. Let's look at Chun. More stats. Her jump total is a total of 49 frames. Lily's jump is a total of 47 frames. So it doesn't look like it. Looks to me, looking just at the frames. Oh yeah. Marisa, standard character is plus 45. So she is like Chun in the sense that her jump is non-standard, but not like Chun in the sense that it's not like the same frame data as Chun. Okay, I wanted to look at this really quickly. Because I'm like, what are they cooking here? Like, what does he get off the wall splat? Does he just get DP? Is that it? No, this is a new change. Yeah, this is... This is a new change. He can counter another fireball into level 3. So you're saying he can go like... So you're saying something like that? So you're saying if somebody like throws another OD fireball or something at him, like I have Ryu in here, and he throws OD fireball, so if I have him go like that, and have him hold down back, Luke can go like, well, that didn't even count. Okay, so you're saying like in the corner. Maybe Ryu's OD fireball is just too fast. Or does it just need to be a regular fireball? Whoops. She's saying he does something like... Do something like this, but like has to be close to the corner. So like, no, doesn't work off the wall splat though. I don't know. It's weird. They also said, I think the note said something about like, when he does like perfect now, he gets like less scaling. So that... Oh, okay, I get what you're saying, I'm trying to link it. They said they made this have more range, right? That's reasonable, I guess. I'm not... like, people still won't use this, right? I mean... like, this is minus on block. Can you cancel a second OD fireball in level 3? Whoops. Yes. Yes, you can. I'm no good at it, but yes, you can. Okay, so you're saying this does work. So you're saying like I go like this. And then I'm supposed to cancel that. I just gotta work on the timing. Oh my goodness. Second one. There we go, like this. Okay. That seems okay, actually. That seems okay. But that only works if they splat the wall. Does it work against OD fireballs? Whoops. Okay, why don't I push him first? So you're saying like here-ish, maybe? Oh my gosh, and then I just screwed up right away again. Okay. Okay, so not that far. Maybe like here. We'll see. I mean, that punished. Yeah, this works. He kind of like steps a little bit. That's kind of cool. Actually does a decent amount of drive gauge damage too, just because, I mean, obviously I have him standing there, but that's okay. Not sure that you could do that like as a reaction punish. Maybe you could, but I'm not interested enough in playing Luke to figure that out. Yeah. I know. I just didn't feel like trying to set up the spacing all that well. There were a bunch of characters that their patch notes, I was like, what does this mean? Like, what are the consequences of this? I wanted to look at JP. Because this sounded a little silly to me. Because basically what they did, it sounded like... Now let's see if I... Okay. Whoopsies. Okay. Command list. I don't know JP's freaking... supers. Level 2 is quarter circle back and... Wait, why am I on modern? Okay, I have it set to inputs. Okay, so punch. Quarter circle back punch, which is what I thought it was. Okay, that's fine. So if I parry this, yeah. So if you try to like parry it, he gets a combo off of the punish counter throw. So that used to be a decent answer, right? It was just parry, take the throw, and it didn't matter. Because so if he does like a normal throw, so if he just like throws you normally, this happens, and he gets the combo anyway. So like basically they just sort of normalized. They basically just normalized the situation. So, you know, you can still take the throw, but basically they're like, you know what, we need to make his level 2 better, which I think is fair. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be just because you can't build the meter, and he doesn't get like the crouch jab into level 2 and stuff like that. So I do think there is something like, I do think it was worth kind of looking at some stuff. Yeah, that is true. Going right into replay would be sick. I do think there is something to be said about that. It's kind of a clunky menu right now. Otherwise, I mean, what were other big changes that they did? Let's see. Jamie change I thought was interesting. I kind of wanted to see that. It broke the chat in Battle Hub. Sounds like somebody's just upset they can't be racist in the Battle Hub anymore, huh? Is that what's happening here? Is that what's going on? Teasing, of course. Yeah, I thought this was kind of interesting. So this will actually be easier to do if I'm controlling Jamie, I think. Right. So one thing I wanted to check was just this, like... They said they changed it so that he has less pushback there. So that should be easier to punish, apparently. Okay, character-specific settings, because apparently I have him with 3 drinks, which I don't want really right now. Okay, so it's not much. But my question... No, it doesn't... Does it depend on what level he's going to, though? And he can just, like, chug. Does it only recover drive when he's not burnt out? That's the other question. So it doesn't look like it gives you more depending on what level you are at, which is good. Okay, so, yeah. 4. Or are you saying if I, like, drink... You're saying you get, like, a third of a bar back every time you drink? Yeah, I mean... I was expecting it to be more like a half bar, I think. Or what I was expecting is that once he got the drink, it would cause him to start recovering drive like immediately, you know? As it is right now, I don't know. We can go back to Marisa. Yeah, Marisa was where I started, but we can go back to Marisa. I'm sure there's a lot of people here now that weren't here earlier. I was just rounding out anything else that I wanted to see. I like the change here. I wanted to see what the nerf on Ken's Oki was, because they nerfed his Oki on his like back throw stuff. +6, yes, that's actually fantastic. Ooh, his level 2 might give gauge. We'll go back and look at that. So no more Oki on back throw. Yay. And what about ODDP? +22, but completely a mile away. So no chance in the world that he's going to actually be able to get a meaty here, probably. Fantastic. This is a change they made to a lot of characters in SF5 too, where they removed Oki from their reversals. And then I believe as well that they said this doesn't change sides anymore in certain... Or no, it just has worse Oki. That's what it was. And then boom, look at that. No Oki on level 1 now either. I think the big thing is for Marisa. We'll go back to Marisa. I don't like doing Marisa mirrors though. Wait, I wanted to check Jamie. I wanted to check Jamie level 2. Is it punches or kicks? Kicks. Quarter circle back, kicks. Quarter circle back punch. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Give me super. Yeah, it gives a full bar. So that seems good. That seems very helpful, because that lets him do stuff like, right? I'm bad at this? Yeah. So now you can do stuff like this, and he gets a whole bar back. So that seems pretty good. I need to get a new controller. I know that sounds like an excuse, and it is, but it is also true. I've been rocking, this is like the DualSense I got when I got my PlayStation 5, and that was 2 years ago. And fighting games are kind of murder on the D-pad. At least, you know, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's true, right? You get 3 drinks, you do level 2. That is true. You get a lot of drive gauge back. And to me, that just makes it better to buffer with that too, right? Like, it gives him a tool to be like, oh, I'm going to buffer with this, and boom, now I drink, you know, now I did level 2. I think they could maybe stand to make his level 2 last a little longer or something. I don't know. Okay, so Marisa changes. Yeah, sometimes I will be holding down back, and my controller just tells me, no, you're not holding down back, and I'll get clipped by low forward. And that is a lot of fun. Okay, so let's see. Order of importance. I think charged heavy is probably the biggest, maybe not the most important, I don't know. But the charged heavies are fast, so charged heavy punch is faster, charged overhead is faster, charged stand heavy kick is faster, charged sweep is faster. They did not touch the speed of back heavy punch or towards heavy kick. But towards heavy kick does move more forward now and has way less pushback on block. So after this is blocked, we get towards heavy kick. After towards heavy kick is blocked, we just get real strike throw Oki, which is really good. Yeah, only on charge. So let's see what else. The Gladius change isn't much. All that did was make this hitbox, the second hitbox, bigger, so that if you happen to hit them while they're in the air, it should always connect. That 100% would have whiffed in the past. And now that always connects. So that's just kind of a nice quality of life buff. Every Superman has more active frames. and more forward movement. So light Superman punch will hit from here. Right, light Superman punch will hit from just about here. I mean, they kind of gave her a gun. Like, not really. But it's clear that they want you to just be dumb. Like, they want this to be like Honda headbutt or something. Like, more range, more active frames. Medium basically feels like it has a little bit, like, not quite as much range as heavy used to, but close. Heavy will hit from like here. It's kind of absurd. No. So that's not what they did. I was concerned about that too, but that's not what they did. The total frames are exactly the same. They just turned some of these frames that were recovery frames into active frames. So no, it is not more DIable. None of them are more DIable. This is still 45 total frames. It was always 45 total frames. No, not more DIable. That would have been actually a really big nerf. So you can get these things to be more plus on block if you hit them spaced out. So like that's +2 at the normal range. But if we're really far away, like here or something, we can get it to be +3. If we're a little bit further, we can get it to be +6. You can get them to be up to +7. But getting that spacing is actually pretty precise. There it is. So you can get them to be up to +7 on block. Weird setup in the corner. I haven't labbed it too much. We like the weird setups. Feel free to share. So, that being said, her Oki did change, and there will be a new video forthcoming probably today, but maybe not. In the corner, you do back fierce, reset into heavy Superman to +6. Yeah. Like this. Boom. I didn't even think about that. That's true. Oh, now that hits meaty. Cool. That is cool, actually. That actually seems pretty good. That would not have hit there previously. That would have just whiffed. I'll have to look at some of those, because there were a couple situations like that. Think towards heavy kick, too. Yeah, sure. Into medium? That looks good. Yeah, so I do actually have a setup that hits Superman in the last active frame. So medium Dima into heavy Superman punch is +7 on block, obviously. And safe to DI. Like, incredibly safe to DI. Right. Which also means, incidentally, if you, like, get this knockdown or something here. No, way too far away. Way too far away. You might be able to walk up, though, and throw. But if you do this and they're burnt out, they can be pretty dang far from the corner. And you're +11, so you just hit towards heavy kick, and then, boom, guaranteed DI. Well, Ken, it's probably not safe against Ken. Ken doesn't have a projectile level 1, right? So, and I don't think so, no, because all the projectile invincible supers are okay. There's no way that I had this saying like you hit the proper button, so I need to figure out what setting just got changed that it's like telling me what buttons to push. Congratulations. That's awesome. I just try to make the content, like it's bopped, and that's gonna get bopped by like Ryu and stuff too, because all the projectile and vulnerable frames are on like the start of the move before it hits. Yeah, against projectile level ones for sure. Pretty common setups are like Ryu's got a projectile level 1. So I actually have a video about this. It's like a year old now, probably. Over, maybe. So you can set up the situations where if I do light Superman punch, it's block string. I didn't have him set up to do it, right? I do, okay. If I do medium, I'm having him delay this or something. I have it set it to wake up because I'm an idiot. Okay. So we can do something like this, where light Superman punch goes over it, right? And you can do stuff like that. But you can also set up stuff where you can get kind of really nasty with it. I think the video is just called Beating Projectile Level 1s or something like that. Where you can put him in the spot where this will beat mashing, right? So if he does a button or something, if he hits like standing light punch, he gets knocked down, dash up. Like imagine he only has 1 bar, right? And low health. Like this is like, imagine he's like sitting like right here. Right? And you could just kill him. But he can level 1 super out of this. Well, if you do heavy instead, you go over it and you hit him, right? But if he mashes jab, then he hits you, right? So it just kind of puts him in this spot where they can't really guess right. I don't know. It's interesting anyway. Okay, so anyway, back to Marisa changes. I get distracted super easily. People bring stuff up and I'm like, oh yeah, let's talk about that. I'm only marginally better when I'm actually standing in front of a classroom of kids. That's not true. I'm a lot better at it. Okay, so change the speeds. The other thing that they did that was really good, by trade, I am in fact a teacher, is they increased the range on stand heavy punch and the downward hitbox on frame 1. Now Ryu's doesn't have much of a hurt box on this, so this has better range now. It's easier to whip punish stuff with it. Right, so it's a lot easier to kind of play around low forwards and to whiff punish a lot of stuff. This also makes drive rush stand heavy punch like just a much better approach tool. And this will help me a ton because I used to do this a lot and it would just whiff. People would like just play at the right spacing and it would whiff. So now this, boom, right there, you're +1. You're not in throw range, which is kind of unfortunate, but just the fact that, hey, if they try to check it or something, they can definitely get caught out. And then if they're reacting with a medium or something, you do like this, and you can whiff punish it and explode them. Okay, crouching heavy punch changes. I think the main thing is it's better as like a throw bait. So just an example somebody was mentioning before was doing something like, whoops, I keep holding down forward. Was doing something like this, right? And that'll beat jump out. Right, use something like that, or probably like drive rush back heavy punch or something, or I guess probably just regular charged back heavy punch. Right, use something like that. Let's do some live labbing here. Yeah, that's what I thought. That wasn't going to juggle. Well, I'll bet you this works now. Nope, still too slow. But you can do stuff like that. Oh, yeah. OD Superman, probably, too. Whoops, didn't get my drive rush. Something like that. You could do that. Right, you can do like command grab or something. But otherwise, I don't think that's going to affect too much. If you land this punish counter, yeah, driver's back heavy, I'm sure. That's the other thing that they did with this. If you like these types of combos, they made this easier to get the drive rush out or to get the Gladius out because it accepts an input buffer earlier. So it's a lot easier for you to get combos out of crouch heavy punch. Crouching heavy kick, just change some stuff. I have no idea. They say they increased the combo count limit on this, which means it should now juggle in places where it wouldn't juggle before, but you were never juggling into the second hit of this target combo, so I'm not really sure what Capcom's up to with that change. Overhead, so overhead target combo knocks down now. Okay, so you're saying, what is this move? Of course, that would be sweep or low forward. I mean, why do I have him doing low forward a bunch of timing? Okay, we'll do this. Okay, so we're saying after damage, we're gonna have him throw tech. Oh, but it's not working because he's... Okay, that's really annoying.
This is my chance.
No. This is so annoying to have to try to set up. So, not there, it's not. I can't even walk out of this. So he has to, like, delay tech, I guess. Yeah, we were looking at that earlier. We were looking at this earlier, yeah. We'll look at that in a second. So, and then they supposedly made the armor on this a little better. So we'll have a full video covering, like, I'm not going to have a video going over the changes because that's kind of the point of this stream. But I will have a video going over like setups and Oki changes from the patch. And I maybe will even go over that with like a few other characters as well. But just kind of real quickly. So light Dima, because this is now 23 frames instead of 26 frames, you can actually do drive rush, charge, stand heavy punch instead of back heavy punch after light Dima. What's really good about that is where with light Dima, if you did charge back heavy punch and they back rows and you tried to go for another back heavy punch, it would whiff. So you had to sort of react to the hit and go towards heavy kick. If you do drive rush, stand heavy punch, you don't need to do that. Right, that works on hit. And it works on block. So you're in a good spot. However, that does mean that drive rush, charge, stand heavy punch after medium Dima doesn't hit anymore. It just whiffs. So here you can either do like a little bit of a delay and then start charging heavy punch. So I just see like when her right foot starts to move or like when her foreground foot starts to move, she starts to take a step. That's when I kind of start holding it down. You see there I'm consistently a frame early. But I don't think it's that hard to time. However, I do think it is easier to time charging back heavy punch. For me, it's like she takes a big old step and then I start holding it down. And the nice thing about that is off of medium Dima, you don't need to confirm hit block, whatever. You never need to go into towards heavy kick here off of back heavy punch. So I honestly might change what I'm doing, which is I was kind of in the process of eliminating drive rush. I was in the process of eliminating that from my game anyway, because so many people at higher level, especially charge characters, will just, like, Giles will flash kick, DJs will jackknife maximum. They'll do that on reaction. They'll see the charge heavy punch and they'll do it on reaction. I think that's a lot harder to do now, what with stand heavy punch being 3 frames faster. But I do think it's probably just a worse option than doing charge back heavy punch. Unless you want to try to force like this pseudo command grab guess, then it's about the same. You can also do drive rush towards heavy kick. This always worked, but you never really need to do it because it was just less damage and plus frames than drive rush stand heavy punch. But the cool thing about this now is this leaves us at +7. Okay. And the really nice thing is they actually cannot walk out of the command grab. So that was a kind of an issue with Marisa, is with this. Okay, apparently Ryu can't. Bad example, I guess. But a lot of characters can do that, right? Where they just end up walking out of... no, because her charge normals were already extremely vulnerable to drive reversal. It makes them harder to react to. So she's, I guess it's less susceptible to wake up drive reversal like on reaction. If people were like, if you were doing this and people were trying to react to it, that might have been an issue, but it doesn't like make them safer, because you need to have what, 19 frames of recovery, or excuse me, 17 frames of recovery or less on it, and you see this has over 20. So right, but off of medium Dima, if you do this, they cannot walk out of the command grab attempt, which is really good. And then you can, you know, frame trap with whatever. You can do like frame trap back heavy kick or something. You can also now, off of medium Dima, get drive rush charged overhead. And that beats mashing and jump out and all that other stuff. And it's super plus on hit. So you can go into back heavy punch. Whoops. Right, so you can do something like that, which obviously very strong. Now, again, this is 28 frames, so there's a good chance people will be able to DP it on reaction or drive reversal on reaction if they see it. But, you know, as just kind of a mix it in option, not too bad. Okay. Heavy Dima, we do have a couple things. So the big change people are looking at is doing charged heavy punch, which that's 2900. Whereas normally, if you were to do that, it's 3020. So you lose a little bit of damage, a little bit. I wouldn't, but it is meterless, you know. But the setup that a lot of people like here is doing a forward dash. So first off, you're plus 25 there. And you should be able to manually time a throw to beat a normal there, which also means you can shimmy. Right, and that's a big deal. But you can also do like dash up into charge. I didn't charge that. You can also do dash up, charge towards heavy kick. I missed the charge for some reason. Right, and that'll hit meaty. So like if they mash or something, or try to jump out. You can link out of that. That was supposed to be back heavy punch, but you get the idea. They did not kill Bison. They did not kill Bison. They gave him like a little punch on the wrist. What are you talking about? They barely touched him. They nerfed his damage a little bit. Is frame data the only reason not to do the follow-up hit? Yes. So if I do this, it's 3,400, which is decent damage. Nah, they killed him. How did they kill him? You see, that's like full screen. I mean, I do think they made him weaker in some ways, but we'll pull it up. So, basically, and then if this is blocked, she gets to force a mix-up again, right? So she's in strike throw here. So that's pretty good. Okay, you explain to me now. Now we'll finish the Marisa stuff. The other thing, let's see. That they did change his drive gauge damage. They did. Addison live with jail any. Again, I think a lot of these top tier characters, I think they're going to be just fine. It's going to be tough for the people that have already qualified for CPT with Ed and Bison and Akuma. But, you know, them's the breaks, I guess. Play a nice, honest low tier like Marisa. Yeah. There's some other stuff. The other massive change really is to Superman Punch. So this light punch Superman Punch goes a country mile now. Right? It goes really far. Medium Superman Punch goes really far. Heavy Superman Punch goes ridiculously far. Like almost full screen far. Right? That was just whiffed. Right? No. And then the other setup that I found was off of this in the corner. Where she can charge her stand. She can do a charge stand heavy punch here. Yeah, Geef seems okay. So you can do a charge stand heavy punch there. My gosh, I got the... Okay. And that'll trade with 4 frames. And she should be able to link into... towards heavy kick off it. Yeah, I saw that. That was like way faster. I wanted to look at some of that stuff, actually. I remember she was one of those characters I was like, oh, that seems interesting. They buffed her modern Serenity stream too, right? Like she can do all the follow-ups now, which seems pretty cool. Modern Chun was already fairly strong. That'll catch them if they jump. Like if they jump out and you do this perfectly, you can go into the second hit, I guess. Or maybe just the first one would be okay, huh? What is it? What do you get on Oki here? Plus 47. So that's just like the demon knockdown. So you could do forward dash into whatever you want there. That'd be kind of cool. Or you could do level 2 and then like dash forward or whatever. And it's going to hit late, so it's harder to parry, which is cool. However, it does lose to DI, so you have to be a little careful that way. But pretty much anything else you're going to do here is Marisa. Any application from the double overhead target combo? Maybe. So I think if you can hit confirm this, which I'm not sure if you can. Hit. Blocked. Looks maybe like it's hit confirmable. but I'm also just being bad. I don't know. Maybe if you practice it, I don't know what the window is. I thought about like, hey, what's the process of like just doing it here instead? And I don't really like that much. I think if you can hit confirm it, it's probably okay. I think it's nice that it's a knockdown. If you get it in the corner, you know, you can do like this or something if you want to. That's pretty good. You can also just like dash up into throw pressure. So I don't know. You can do like, I think this is true from anywhere on screen. Yeah. So you treat it like light Dema basically. Except you can't do like drive rush, charged heavy punch. You can't do this. That won't be mashing, but you can do a lot of other stuff. Okay. Now, I was looking at okay. We already sort of talked about Bison, but someone comes in here telling me they shot him. Like, I don't know. That was certainly not my impression when I looked at it. I thought he was more or less the same. Okay, so yeah, his sweep is more punishable. That's nice for Marisa, because minus 12 is a lot easier to punish than minus 11, but I don't really think that matters that much. Jumping light kick, adjusted cross attack hitbox, and extend it backwards to match the box length of jumping medium kick. So there must have been spots where this would hit as a cross up, but this wouldn't, and now they're the same. Evenly, okay, yes. This used to do a lot more drive damage, for sure. Right? Or excuse me, this used to do a lot more drive gauge damage. It used to do more like a full bar, or like half a bar, I think. Right? And now it was like a third. So I will agree that this is a lot worse. I will agree that that's a lot worse. Okay, but they gutted him from being like ridiculously broken to being maybe a little better. I do understand the feeling though. I do understand the feeling, okay? I remember I was an Abigail player. I remember. So what you need to do now as a Bison player, as an honest, happy, you know, fun-loving Bison player, is just cross your fingers and hope that they do not do to this character what they did to Abigail in SF5. Okay? Where, yeah, that's what I thought playing Abigail. I was like, okay, good, they nerfed him, it's over. And then they kept nerfing him. And then season 3.5 came out, they nerfed him. Season 4 came out, they nerfed him. Season 4.5 came out, they nerfed him. Season 5 came out, they nerfed him. So all I'm saying is you got to pray that does not happen as Bison now. Okay, because right now it's very similar. It's like they release a character early in season 2. Everybody goes, "Oh, he's pretty strong," right? So you better hope they do not give my Bison the Abigail treatment. You better hope that's what's not going to go on here. Everybody else is praying that is what happens, but not you, honest, happy, fun-loving, peaceful Bison players. Okay. Change drive gauge increase on medium version from way. I don't know. I love Abigail. He was my guy. I don't think I'd be making Street Fighter videos if they wouldn't have put Abigail in the game. Okay, so a random tire appears. Yeah, I think Bison's still pretty good. I think he just needs to make you guess like 1 or 2 more times, which can hurt, right? Okay, so Psycho Crusher, change damage from Psycho Mind is embedded from 2000 to 1600. We literally were just talking about Marisa and then we left because we have a fervent Bison defender in here talking about how Bison was gutted. Okay, so Psycho Mind. Whoops. That's right. Yeah, this guy's also talking about how they didn't even nerf Zangief. So yeah, that used to do like over a bar, right? We were just sort of rehashing some stuff we talked about earlier, to be honest with you. Because this used to be like 2 bars of drive gauge, right? Like this whole sequence used to do like 2 bars, right? If I remember, and this was like a block string. So you do like this into back heavy kick, Yeah, I know. I know. And then you would like cancel that into whatever. I know. It hurts. It does hurt. I will agree. That is a lot worse, right? He's certainly no Ryu now. Ryu with his stupid heavy kick, donkey kick that does a full bar drive gauge. We at least concede that the damage nerf here doesn't mean that much, though. I mean, what would you even do? You used to do stuff like this, right? It's been a long time since I've even thought about playing Bison. So it's like stand medium, crouch medium, scissors. Oh my gosh, we were looking at that earlier. So boom, boom, OD scissors, heavy mine, drive rush back heavy kick, stand medium, doop, doop, doop. Oh my gosh, you're complaining about a combo that still does 6,400 damage. What are you talking about? Ooh, he doesn't break 7k anymore, but that's the combo, right? Or near enough to the combo. Probably not 100% optimal. I'm sure I missed something. But, I mean, that still does a lot of damage. Yes, I know it used to do more. The Riggin took 400. I mean, yes, that does hurt, right? And this one does a little bit less damage, too, because they changed the scaling on this. So that hits for 60% instead of 70%. Yes, I agree. I think the drive gauge damage is probably the bigger deal. And it's just two buttons that he would use all the time. I think he used the medium punch. Yeah, I probably did. Oh, yeah, like you shouldn't do the stand medium punch, right? Because it just adds scaling. Okay, no, Bison is scary. Bison is scary because he does this shit. He does like this. And then he throws you. And then, oh my goodness, don't tech. Yes, I get what you're saying. Yes, I should be doing this. And then you just want me to go straight into the Psycho Crusher from here, right? Just do crouch medium punch. Yeah. So just go like boom, boom, boom. Something like that, right? That's actually still going to do less damage. His neutral is good. He has this ridiculous drive rush. He still has this nonsense. They actually made this better too, though, right? Because like this was like one of the like was it Diaphone that made this a video on that, or was it Broski talking about moves to punish that you didn't know how to punish? And the thing was like this, right? Where you can't actually just like DI that, right? That was Broski. Yeah. Yeah, again, I don't remember the Bison stuff. I know I used to do like... You do like bomb, and then you do like... some setups to get like meaty overhead or whatever. I don't even remember it anymore. But... when you do heavy Psycho Mine... You can drive our after and get a meaty Psycho Hammer. Okay, so you're saying you can go like... How did I not find that day one? You do like this? Oh, shoot. That's pretty good. I'll bet, because I didn't do a whole lot of it. I bet you can't get it here, right? Or is this always the same Oki? Yeah, it's always the same. And then you just combo into crouch medium punch. Huh. How did I not find that day one? Jeez. So you're like boom, boom, and then like this, and then you get... Okay, and I dropped it, but... You get 60% off an overhead? Oh my gosh. That's kind of insane. No wonder everybody plays this character. No wonder everyone plays this character. insane. Not like Marisa, who has to work very hard for her big damage. You kidding me? Are you serious? I had to like do a drive rush cancel in that combo. What are you talking about? What? What does Marisa get off in overhead? Off her regular overhead. Yeah, now that she can do the charged one. That's frame 39 if you include the drive rush. Okay, 28 without the drive rush, fine. Makes it a little hard to react to, yes. But now Marisa can get this damage, yes. If you do this, yes, you're right. 28 frames. Jeez, and she doesn't even get... I mean, come on. Honest Marisa has to use her 28 frame overhead to only get a little... I mean, that's not even 7k. Okay? I mean, she doesn't even get 7k off of that overhead. That's completely fair. Yeah, it is. Like, if they get hit by this, they die. That's pretty much the Marisa thing. And that's why... Against Marisa, you really just want to sit there and take this so much, I think. So much. Right? You just want to sit there and eat the command grab all the time. All the time. No. Anything else we want to look at? She doesn't have good lows, though. Yeah, she doesn't have great ones. Off of Light Dima, she can do charged sweep now. So that's pretty cool. She can do this. That's +2 on block. So that's kind of cool. Right? You'll catch people with that for sure. Boom! +2, right? You got stuff like that. That's cool. She used to have the setup from Dima where she would charge sweep and then drive rush into low forward, and it would be plus. She can always get Oki with crouch medium punch. Light Dima, it's tough because I mean you have to manually time a lot of it. I mean, you can do this. So you do just the normal combo, dash, drive rush, crouch medium punch, and if you do it right, oh, crouch medium kick, yeah. So she still can off of the normal setup, and then dash, crouch medium kick. Dash, drive rush, crouch medium kick. And you're +7. And you can link out of that. And that's really good. She used to be able to do... No, normally she does not get a combo off crouch medium kick. You used to be able to do this. Now that whiffs. Because her sweep's faster. But you can still do some meaty setups. The one that I found a long time ago was to do drive rush and crouch medium punch here. Like, do a delayed crouch medium punch. And then do medium DP. Whoops. And you end up +43. So then you end up +43, and then you can get the setup where you're +8. If she does, it's probably here. So that's +47. So let's see. +21 is where we need to be. So we need to eat 26 frames. I think this is 26 frames. 27? That's 26. So let's see. That's +8. It should be, if I do it fast. But I think it won't be in range. Okay, that doesn't work. I need to... Yeah. That's sort of what I thought it would be. Hello, sir. Dash is plus 25, so you're 2 plus. It's plus 16 only. How much faster is the charge? 3 frames. 3 frames, but it feels way faster. Almost plus 20 only. Used to be 26. Now it's 23. No, back heavy punch did not change. Can we just do this? Is this actually a real mix? You can sort of do this if you want to be really funny. Woo, look at me. Mix-ups. Yeah, I mean, people were even doing that before. I think the last stream I did, we looked at, who was it at TNS? Somebody help me who the Marisa player was. I'd have to look. But they did a lot of that, where they were just, like, charging it. They'd, like, throw a stand heavy punch, it'd be blocked, and they would charge fierce. I'm really hoping at some point they do something to make this at least fun. Because right now it's like, oh, by the way, you wouldn't happen to know that there's, like, you know, if they react to the screen, they can just DI there, right? It's just dumb. It's so stupid. And that was the whole reason this, like, beat DI so hard, is because DI was such a good response to both the overhead and the low that they're like, oh, we want you, but then you can just hold it if they DI, right? And now it's just awful. But whatever. I don't know. Do I see any way to get... You can't? I mean, again, I don't know what the frame data is. What does FAC say the window is? Marisa... Overhead target comp. Well, let's look at overhead. Overhead... We say, yeah, 16 frame window is tough. Not impossible, but tough for sure. Not an impossible hit confirm, but definitely not like a super easy one. I was wondering if you could do like, I mean, that would hit meaty, I guess, but kind of what's the point? That hits meaty a little bit. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing with this, I guess. Just trying to think if there's anything else we could do that's interesting. But it's too far away, is the real issue. Same with this, too far away, right? Plus 31. No way to get into it anyway. I don't know about new Oki. I mean, I guess we'd have to look at like the new stuff. So like there's this, which again is pretty far away. Just curious if you could, okay, that just whiffs. And I wasn't, weird stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm just goofing around. I don't know. I actually think she's quite a bit better. So, yeah, I don't think the crouch heavy punch is really that insane. What were you saying, Z? Dash drive 5 MK? No, it's the same. 5 MK. That's decent. Ooh, that's Yeah, that's hitting last active frame. You know that, right, Z? That this is going to be safe to drive reversal. You were catching that, right? That was going to be safe to drive reversal? Because that's pretty good. I don't think we had a setup for that to be safe with to be a drive rush stand medium kick. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am. But to have like a safe. So then if that hits, you're plus 11, huh? Is there anything we can do different with plus 11? Not really. Yeah, but I don't think we had a setup before that did this as a I don't think we had that off of drivers before, because we always had the heavy Dima, like the jump. Is stand light cook good for anything? I don't think it's because of this hitbox change. I think it's because it comes out faster. Yeah, I was talking about jump cancels before. The thing that really confuses me about that change is basically their thought process seems to be throws aren't strong enough, which is kind of a wild take, I think. Okay, so on block, why were you happy jump cancels were removed? Not that you shouldn't be, just curious. Can we walk up throw? Maybe. Seems tough. Ooh. I mean, I'll bet he can walk out of that, though. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was Capcom's reasoning, was that some characters could take advantage of it, I guess. So they can walk out of that. And then you just know, like, oh, what do you get if they walk back? Crouch medium kick. On the other hand, though, what else is Geef supposed to do on defense? Like, legitimately, what else is Geef supposed to do on defense? Like, if I'm Ryu, okay, let's just look at this real quick. Like, we have, like, Ryu and Zangief. I mean, that's basically what they said, right? They're like, we want it to be easy to do offense. Well, that's what I'm saying, though, right? Is like, okay. So you're Geef, and Ryu has you in the corner, and he's doing this stupid frame kill throw loop. What is Geef supposed to do here? I mean, legitimately, right? Tundra Storm, yeah. Just Tundra Storm the throw forehead. Right? Like, Smilers. Yeah, what exactly? What is he supposed to do here? Well, I'll bet he should backdash. That's what he should do. Common actions. Back, not backward. Backdash. I bet he's supposed to backdash. Have it on block reversal like a dope. Not forward dash, backdash. Okay, I mistimed that terribly because I don't play Ryu. There, -1. So he backdashes and he's +1. Okay. He can't tack, right? Like, okay. Maybe he guesses right on tack. He delay tacks. Okay. Now we're 0. He's still in the corner. Oh, I know what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to super, right? Because you should be able to level 1. Except, nope. Because his level 1 sucks, so that doesn't work. How about his level 2? I mean, the level 2 works, but like, should a character have to spend level 2 to get out of make a read with a level 2 to get out of a throw loop? Like, that's literally, he does not have any defense against meaty throw, like, against setups like this. What is he supposed to do? Level 2 startup, though. Exactly. I mean, I don't even know what that is, a startup on the stupid thing. Right, 18, exactly. So then if Ryu does, like, I'm sure Ryu can probably go, like, jab into medium punch or something. How plus is he here? Let me look. He's plus 17 normally. Right? There. Right? I just did stand jab, stand medium punch. And I don't even know if that's hitting meaty or not. That must have been. Okay, the 18 total frames, so that at least hit on like one of the... Like that was at least hitting meaty, right? Let me look at this. Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like... Like, I do think he's decent. But that's kind of not my point. My point is just like... Emery could probably use a button that's actually like plus or something. I don't know. Like that. Okay, that's still minus unblock. But the point is, like, that's a sequence that's safe to... That's safe to literally everything he can do except level 3. So, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where... I don't know. He's in a rough spot. Like, and I get it. He should have... if he ever gets thrown. I mean, honestly, though, it's like... It's just... Now he has nothing. Before he had like this, you know, technique that was pretty difficult to do. And they didn't remove jump cancels, right? So like, you can still jump cancel. I'm not very good at it. But you can still do like jump canceled whatever. Right? It just isn't throw invulnerable to regular grabs anymore. It's still thrown invulnerable to command grabs. So you could still do like JC Scudum to avoid Geef trying to tick throw you with SPD, I guess. But not regular throws, because regular throws were not strong enough, is what it seems to me that they were saying. Okay, 1 second. I need to... Display? No. I have no idea where that setting is. I'll figure it out later. Where, like, it's telling me that I'm pushing, like, the buttons on my controller instead of... Like heavy punch, I have no idea why it's doing that, but Jerry's so annoying, dude. Jerry's like, I couldn't make heads or tails of what her changes were, to be honest with you. Like I read those and I'm like, what did they do? You know? Like what did the jury changes even say? What's my take on throw loops? Okay, my take on throw loops is they suck. That's my take on throw loops. Okay, so here. I made a video, I don't know, shortly after the game came out about why I hated them. And everybody was all, but Sajam says that alligators are upset because they do not have any way to get out of throw loops, right? This is annoying. Everybody was talking about, but Sajam says that they need to be in the game, right? And it's like, okay. So my number one take is, I don't have a meterless throw loop. Right? Okay, Marisa doesn't have a meterless throw loop. Do you get thrown in the corner against Marisa and you're like, gosh, what do I do? You know? I mean, this is still Godoki. She can do driver rush button. She just can't do driver, and she can do driver rush throw. I know. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, Sajam didn't say it. But it's what people heard him say. Right? That's my big idea, right? It's like, at least give me meter, because then I can take 6 throws. Like, and it's not even 6, because you build this meter back. You build a little bit of meter back. Like, how many times can I do this before I'm burnt out? Let's see. Once. Twice. 3 throws. 4 throws. 5 throws. 6 throws. 7 throws. 8 throws. Her level 2 is faster. That's what I'm saying. But everybody's like, well, you'd need better defense. Like, perfect parry would be too good. And it's like, okay. Do I have a knockdown in the corner that, like, sucks? You know what? Let's look at this knockdown. Let's look at this one. Okay. We're well aware, right? Marisa's options here aren't super strong, right? Marisa's options here not super good, correct? Only plus 18. In no way can she walk up. She can't even dash. She dashes. She's minus, 4 at the best, right? After command grab. But what can she do? Well, in the corner, she can do stuff like this, right? She can drive rush. But guess what? After drive rush, can she force strike throw anymore? Not really. She can do this. But if you try to jump after that, she can't really keep you on the ground, right? You can jump out of this. And she can't really do anything to keep you grounded, right? So that's still kind of risky. What I think is going to end up being pretty good. It loses the DI, but you can charge Stand Fierce. And it against most lights, apparently not against Luke Crouch Jab, because his Crouch Jab is just a little too good. But against a lot of lights, this will trade. Let me. Well, they'd always juggle in the corner and stop jump, but ideally you would want something that would beat. Ideally, you would want something that was going to beat buttons and jump out. Right? So the thing that would be good about this... Oh my gosh, can I get a quarter circle? Is they couldn't mash or jump, right? So, like, the thing is, like, yes. If they try to jump out, first off, I'm only +2, so this doesn't even work. I just have to be like, nope, I'm reacting and do jump medium punch. Or something like that. Right? Or commit to something else. Right? So, there's an issue. But anyway, so I was saying, let me just show this. Is that this will trade against a lot of... let me have him do like a 5-frame move or something. This will trade with a lot of 4 frames. And you can combo into... Ooh. And you can combo into towards heavy kick into gigantic damage. Yes, yes, that's the other issue, right? Is if you push... Whoops. If you push Stand Medium Punch here, guess what? They flip out. So I think what they want you to do, and yes, you can do something like that, but I think they're talking about situations like, I don't know, where you'd be plus to like beta throw. So my thought the first time I saw it was that they were trying to make these work kind of in conjunction. Maybe after drivers 2 MP. Yeah, actually that might... Whoops. So if you have him like delay tech here or something. Nope. Still gets thrown. You have to like micro walk back. And in that case, you might as well just shimmy. I mean, maybe. Maybe this is still better, I guess. Just because you get like a huge reward off of it. So I don't know. They're like, we recessed the throw hurt box, but only sort of. So I don't know. Anyway, talking about throw loops. So here Marisa is plus 18, right? Do you feel like it's still your turn after this? I mean, real question. Like when you're defending against this, okay, say that. when you just have gotten command grabbed by Marisa, you don't feel like it's your, like, you feel like you're just kind of waiting here, right? But do you feel like you still have an advantage? Like, they're not just getting up and doing whatever they want, right? Sure. Change to her knee is she is closer, way closer. She moves forward more when she does it. And she's way closer on block, so she gets strike throw afterwards. That's the big idea. She can force a strike throw mix up. So yeah, you still have the advantage here, right? You're not like... They're only as plus as I let them be. I mean, in a way, yeah. I mean, you can like manually time some stuff. You know, you can do stuff like this, right? Like, you can manually time this knee to beat buttons. Yeah, just on the charge version. Right, so you can do stuff like this. And look at that. Like, I can hit this meaty and I can get a 50-50 off of it. Right, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's expensive, you know? What else can I do? I can get cheeky. I can go for, like, DI, right? I can be like, oh, you're going to DI. I'm going to DI you. But let me ask you a question. When you're in this situation, are you ever just so worried of perfect parry? Like, okay, there, I got perfect parried. But you know what happens if they try to perfect parry this and I don't do it? I just throw them. I can even do command grab. Like, if they go for the perfect parry and they don't get it, I mean, you can even do something like this if you're fast enough, right? You're like, oh, parry, DI. And yeah, they could hold parry and get out of it. But like... if they try to parry and they're wrong, especially with the extra recovery that got added on it, you can just grab them for free. You know? Now, yeah, maybe you'd have to change perfect parry a little bit. It'd be difficult to figure out what you could do. But every character also, by the way, let me look at this. Let me look at... I have him holding it for 10 frames, which is part of the reason that I'm getting such a good... punish on him. So let me turn that off. Let me just have him tap it. You still get this gigantic... Or no, it's a 12 frame window anyway, right? It's like auto, so it's like not even any different. Yeah. So that didn't even matter because I wasn't having him hold it long enough to actually increase the length. So here's the other thing, right? Is yes, they can get perfect parried. You can get perfect parried here, right? If I do like this, I get perfect parried, right? But I can also do, you know, if I do driver stand medium punch, oh no, I get perfect parried. But you know what? I can also do driver stand medium kick, and then I don't get perfect parried. So I think as long as you gave people, I mean, would it be difficult to balance? Yeah, it might be like tricky to figure out what the right amount of frame advantage was. But I know they can do it because they did it for Marisa's command grab. And they did it for Chun-Li's forward throw. She's only plus 11 here. You know, it's like, okay, well... But they can just perfect parry everything she does. You know, she does like, you know, she just does button. Why don't they just perfect parry her? And it's like, because she can just do this. Right? Right? And if she wants to, she can still exert pressure. She can do like driver's medium punch. And guess what? She's plus 5. Even driver's jab. Look, that's plus 1. Driver's crouch jab. That's plus 2. And in throw range. So like, she can still set up a situation where she can force a throw after a throw. She can still do this. Right? But she can't get predictable with it because you can DP this. Right? Now then you can open up mind games about like, well, what if I'm going to do this? What if I'm going to do drive rush into DI? Right? Yeah, that's really slow. But guess what? You get obliterated if you're wrong, right? Like if they DP here, you know, now maybe not in this situation. I'm not that plus. I'm only plus 2, so I don't get a punish there. I mean, but my point just being, like, there are ways to make the situation, I think, intrinsically more interesting than it is for, I don't know, this character. Who goes, oh, I'm +3. And she can, like, shimmy from here, right? So, like, if you do, like, an immediate throw, she can still walk out of this. I saved too late. Okay. Okay, maybe not. Jury's throw loop's not that good. I was thinking, who was it? Was it just Akuma has throw loops like that? Okay, yeah. So Jury, kind of an okay example. But I mean, even she can do like drive rush into a heavy or something like that. She can do like a delay, perfectly timed thing, you know, because she can't really do walk up throw either, right? She has to dash up, and if you immediate attack, you at least throw her. Yeah, there's something to that, right? You know, I mean, she can still, like, exert pressure here, right? She can do manually timed stuff. She can hit on the third active frame. She can on the first active frame. She can do drive rush throw. She can do all this other stuff. You know, who's a character that has a really good one? Rashid. I think Rashid has a really good throw loop. He forward dashes. He's +9. Oh no! Like, and then I don't know what the heck Rashid does. But he can shimmy you for days. He can do whatever the heck he wants to. Right? He can punish jump really hard. Even with something like this. Like, oh. Anytime to throw. Still get the anti-air. Like, this isn't that interesting of a situation, because what do? He dashes at me, he's +9. Well, I can't mash because I will get counter hit for days. Right? So it's like, okay, he's going to throw me. What do I do if I think he's going to throw me? I can backdash, I guess. I can DP, I can tech, I can whatever, I can jump out. He has answers to all of those things. And if you're wrong, he gets, oh, he loops the situation, he loops the situation, he loops the situation. Like, compare that to something like I was talking about, like with like Chun-Li throw or Marisa command grab. There's pressure here, right? There's stuff she can do to exert offense in the situation. But there's just a lot more to it, right? Even something like this, right? We were talking about, you asked, like, is there enough forward movement on towards heavy kick? And, like, yeah, sort of. Right? Like, yes, she can, like, this will connect. You know? And it'll probably even connect, like, pretty well, because it's going to be so slow and kind of recess her hurt box that she'll, like, whiff punish when she does it. If, like, you're mashing a light. Right? So you can do stuff like that. And when that hits punish counter, she can go into another one. You know. But I think situations like that are much more interesting, just on the face of it. And I think giving characters situations like that, way better, right? Another situation that's kind of similar. This, right? If I have him set to block after first attack, right? And I do this, okay? I'm +7. I can command grab him. He can't walk back out, right? So you're like, oh, well, he has to jump. And it's like, not necessarily. Because at +7, if I go into command grab immediately, guess what? Oh my gosh. Guess what is that I can't do a freaking quarter circle. Okay? His button comes out in the space between the armor and the command grab. So I just think I would much prefer for the thrower to have the incentive, right? They have the incentive. Maybe distance, maybe plus frames. For whatever reason, they cannot do drive rush throw. Or maybe they can do drive rush throw, but they can't do walk up throw, dash up throw, whatever, right? Or they're like Chun-Li and they can't really do drive rush throw just frame advantage wise, right? You can always mash on it, or they're not plus enough and you can always do an EXDP to get through the drive rush or whatever. But I think it's much more interesting if I, after having thrown you, put you in a spot where now you have to guess and go, oh, should I mash here? Should I jump here? Should I tack here? Rather than just going, okay, I'm going to take the throw because that's all I can really do, and I'm just going to wait for them to not throw me. I'm just going to hold down back and then whatever. Like, to me, it's just so much more interesting when my pressure is 90% real rather than 100% real, right? And that's why, like, does it suck to get perfect parried? Right? Like, you go for this, you go for a meaty, and then they perfect parry you, and you go, yeah, that sucks. It doesn't feel good, right? It's not fun. You're like, shoot, they just pushed parry, right? I don't hate it on wake up, though. It's like, okay, I should have thrown him, or I should have done a delayed meaty, or whatever, right? I should have done something that would have beat mashing, but forced him to change the perfect parry timing. The perfect parry stuff that gets me aggravated is when people are just, like, standing here in neutral, and they just tap it, and you just happen to poke. And, oh, look, now you get perfect parried. That feels worse to me for some reason. I can't necessarily articulate why. It feels like, but at least this is sort of risky. It's not like Third Strike where it's like, oh, just I tapped forward. Whoops, oh, sorry, I tapped down. And that's like a thing in 3S, right, where you'll guess parry all the time. People just guess parry. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like it's not really a read, right? We're like, at least on knockdowns, like if you commit to parry and I went for throw, you're eating like real damage. Now, I mean, it's better than it was in season 1 because at least you're giving up screen space because you're locked in place for longer, right? I mean, wasn't this only like 31 total frames or something in season 1, or 33 or whatever? Because I think they added, 4 frames to the parry and then, like, 4 frames to the end of it or something. So, like, they made just tap parry take way longer in Season 2. And I think that was a good change. I think that's the right direction to go. But I don't think parry is that strong, right? It only has a 2-frame activation window. I don't think it's that strong that... Right. I don't think it's that strong that, like, you have to have like throw loops just because, corner defense would be too good. It's like, no, it wouldn't. Right. It also, I think this is a much more interesting mind game. Okay. Say I can't throw him again. Okay. If he does tap parry, if he's like expecting me to do this and he does tap parry, right? And instead I drive impact, I can like delay the drive impact so it hits later. And then if you do that, he can't DI back, right? Well, what's the counter to that? Well, the counter to that is like hold the button down, right? So like, okay, well now he's going to hold the button down. And then if I do it at the same timing, well, this is screwed up because of how this is working, but if he holds the button down, then all of a sudden he can get a parry that he couldn't get before. But if he holds the button down, that gives me more time to go, oh, he's parrying, and to walk up and throw him. So it's one of those things where it just really doesn't it just really doesn't impact that much, I guess, is sort of what that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just think some of these situations are much more interesting than the strike, throw, shimmy situation being looped over and over and over again. I guess totally a personal preference thing, I guess. I'm not trying to make any claims about health of the game, but just for me, I prefer my offense to be a little more GIS heavy. That's why I play a character like Marisa, I suppose, but I feel like the person on offense should have the initiative, right? I got a knockdown, sure, I should get a guess, but you should be able to do something about it, right? You should be able to at least go, oh, I'm going to do this, and then that'll get me out of the situation, or that'll turn the tides, or whatever, right? Even if it's like hard to do or really risky to do, you know. And DP is like, okay, yes, but I just feel like on offense, make me kind of earn it more, you know, which I know is not the direction they want. That's why they removed jump cancel throws, because they're like, we want it to be easy to take offense. And to me, the fact that in a game where half the cast just walks around and does this, just hits, you know, crouch medium kick and buffers drive rush behind it, for them to think that offense is too hard to initiate is insane, right? Like, I'm just crazy. I mean, this is like a very aggressive game. Yeah, I just think, yes. One of my favorite situations, was Abigail's run command grab after they nerfed the Oki. I loved that because you dashed up and you were +1. Okay, you were +1. So against characters with a 4-frame, I'm not going to talk about 3-frame characters because that was just kind of annoying. But you would dash up, you'd be +1. Okay, so it's very similar to this situation. To +1 in this game. I don't want games to be at 50%. Block all. Right, Marisa drive rush stand heavy punch +1. I'm in throw range, right? If I throw immediately, correct? What's going on? Okay, there we go. I'm in throw range. Okay, now they can mash out of this, right? If I throw here, that's wake up. Jeez, that's annoying. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, if I throw here and they mash a button, they beat me, right? But their incentive for not doing that is that if I mash a button, if I push my fastest jab, right, guess what? I win now. So they're in the spot where, okay, what do I do? Now in SF5, yep, you could do crouch light kick to beat them mashing, and then you could counter hit confirm into a back heavy punch, and you got, you know, good damage, good Oki. Or if you're like, they know I'm plus, they're going to hold down back, what would you do? You would command grab them, okay? Command grab was 6 frames, and you were only +1. So if they mashed and you went for command grab, guess what? Well, you would lose, right? You'd get hit, okay? But what else could they do, though? If they were like, well, he's going to command grab me. Well, they could backdash, right? Or they could jump. And backdash was a little bit better because backdash, you would generally air reset them. And then if you went for the back heavy punch and they got air reset, they could punish you, right? Yeah, it is very much like Gefes Bidioki in this game, right? So it's like, okay, it's not really a real guess. It's kind of fake. But if I thought they were going to backdash, what would I do? I would hit crouch heavy punch. That was 11 frames. And I'm only +1. I'm hitting an 11 frame button because I've got a read on what they're going to do to punish it even harder. And to me, those situations I think are the most fun. True 50-50s aren't really that enjoyable, right? I mean, this is really strong, but is it interesting? Right? It's like, oh, well, if I think that they are going to not jump, I will command grab. If I think that they are going to jump, I will strike. If I think that they are going to DP, I will block. And it's just not that interesting, right? Like, I can punish at each one of those options very hard, and it's very rewarding. It's very strong. It's extremely strong, right? But what it isn't is interesting. I mean, I don't think it's interesting really at all. It might be fun to be like, what's he going to do? And I know the type of tendency, and this is the type of player that's going to try to get away from it, and yada, yada, yada. Like, you can have fun with it, but tell me that it's not more interesting to try to command grab there, right? Where it's not real, right? It's a more interesting situation. So I wish they would do something like that with throws in the corner, right? I mean, after you get thrown by Chun-Li, do you feel like it's not her turn? Are you like, oh, I'm just going to get out of this for free because it's Chun? I mean, I find myself, sometimes I'll still hold up for it. I'll still backdash, even though I know she can't throw me again. You know, which, you know, is maybe a mental deficiency on mine. But yeah, I mean, that's the same thing. Punk talked about that early in the game. He's like, you know, the thing that is irritating is like you have somebody that's really not even that good, but they're they throw you, they're the best player in the world. They're just as good as the best player in the world. Now, that maybe isn't quite true because some of the mind games, like how fast these people adjust and can get inside your head, is a little bit, it's like a whole different level. But the point is the same, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's your, 8-year-old cousin or broski. Like, you get thrown by Aki in the corner, guess what? Same game. I don't care if you're Plat 1 or 1800 MR or Gold 4 or Legend or whatever. It's the same game. As long as everybody knows the options, same game. You get thrown, strike, throw, shimmy, strike, throw, shimmy, strike, throw, shimmy. And again, I still think the game's really fun. I really, really like this game. I like it more than I liked SF5, and I really liked SF5 for most of the game's lifespan. But I get concerned when I see them act, like when their patch notes description, and I mean, like, tell me if I'm nuts, but like, this is what their universal notes said, right? If I just look at their system updates, further balance the game, adjustments to tune down certain aspects. We've taken a look at defensive techniques to change a fight too significantly. If these techniques reassessing. Okay, adjustments to jump cancels. We've made adjustments so the characters cannot avoid a normal throw by using techniques that cause the character to leave the ground and then follow up a special move as a counterattack. With this iteration of Street Fighter, techniques that offered big returns against normal throws would be adjusted for balance by doing things like adding scaling, but the above-mentioned technique is very difficult to adjust for each and every move. Which is fair. They're like, because you can jump cancel so many different things, it's hard to adjust this, so we're just going to change it. For this reason, we've opted for this global change. This is one way we're reassessing defensive techniques, which is part of our overall plan to tune down certain aspects of the game. We feel that this is a necessary step to enable more aggressive offensive strategies. Right? I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm going like, this is one way we're reassessing defensive techniques, which is part of our overall plan to tune down certain aspects of the game. We feel that this is a necessary step to enable more aggressive offensive strategies. They think this game is too passive? Is that is that really what they're saying? They think they're not playing the game aggressively enough. I mean, what? I mean, I don't understand that. Is it just like based on the Japanese meta, which is like, this is the playstyle of Japanese pros, right? So you pick Akuma, and then you push this button a bunch, and then you go like this. Okay, and now I've got bar, and now right? I mean, that's it, right? It's like, oh, I just walk up, I push this, I do drive gauge damage, I throw a fireball, go Hadoken, go Hadoken, go Hadoken, and then I do this, and then I throw you, go Hadoken, go Hadoken, go Hadoken, and then I drive rush in, and then, oh, you blocked it. Now I back up because I don't have drive gauge, go Hadoken, go Hadoken, go. I mean, that's how the Japanese team plays, right? It's like, you just do this, and then you maybe take Oki there, right? You maybe take Oki there. Not quite as. I looked at it earlier, and what we realized was it looked like you could sort of Gladius fireballs, but only sort of. Okay, I don't remember what one it was. Right? So you could sort of do this, which I think you couldn't really do before. So he at least has some sort of extended hurt box, but it's not that big, is the answer. Right? He's not happy. He's not smiling Bob. It's not that much bigger. I'm sorry. That was a... I'm sure no one else understood that reference. That was a reference for those of you that even care. It was this commercial. It was for this stupid penis enhancement pill that was on TV. This ad was on the TV when I was like a little kid. So, I mean, this was like in the US like 20 something years ago. And it was just like, ever since Bob started taking whatever the pill name was, now he's happy. And it was just like this guy smiling all the time. Enzyte, there you go. See, somebody else remembers. Somebody else remembers. Okay. Feels like a fever dream sometimes, you know? Yeah. That was right around the same time as head on, apply directly to the forehead, right? Something like that. Although I'll say you were pretty quick with that pill name, huh? But no. I don't know. I kind of want to spend the rest of the day just kind of labbing quietly by myself. So I think I'm going to shut the stream down. Everybody that stopped by, never heard it in my life. Everybody that stopped by, thank you. A lot of fun. So, show you some lab shit. What do you want to see? Did you see me talk about... okay, so this is your lab shit for the day, okay? I showed this already a little bit. So this is cool. So the cool thing about this charged stand heavy punch after enfold right is on block. If you didn't see this earlier, you want to see resets, and go check out my video on resets. I'm teasing. So the cool thing here, I keep pressing the button super early. So this is +4. The sick thing here is if you do stand medium punch TC, you actually set up the spacing trap. You're far enough away that you actually set up the spacing trap with the medium punch charge combo because you're hitting it at tip range. So that's pretty cool. And just so you know, that also is the same case if you do this. Well, you have to be a little careful. You have to delay it a little bit. Because if you hold down... Oh, no. This is good, actually. This one might actually use OS it, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. You can just buffer that because of the frame advantage. And that same situation should apply if you do medium Dima, heavy phalanx. But you have to do it a little bit. This one you have to delay a little bit. Or you can just hit stand heavy kick, I guess. How about stand heavy kick out towards? Yeah, you can do that too. The reason I like crouch medium punch a little bit better... I mean, yeah, this totally works. But the reason I like crouch medium punch better... is just so... if they forward jump... that's in a lot better spot. I wish this didn't move forward so much, because then this would actually just be a punish. But at least you can block the jump in if they do that. Okay. So you're not totally dead in the water. You can't, as far as I'm aware. I think that was the one. No, whatever. I don't freaking remember what I was doing. What one did I just record over? Okay, that one. Whoops. You can't anti-air, which sucks, but is what it is. Okay, that's all I was showing. You talked me into staying on for a few more minutes. Shame on you. Seriously, so everybody stopped in, that watched, hung out. Fantastic. Thank you. I always have a great time when I do this. For those of y'all that are just joining now, I apologize. I'm shutting it down. But hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. As always, folks, have a good time.